Due, long delayed, but your man Sean Zittel is here from the elaborate, illustrious, high-tech studios in Las Vegas, Nevada. Not in Riyadh, not in Saudi. Probably will never be in Riyadh or Saudi. Probably a good bet on that. But super excited for this heavyweight championship rematch between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. I apologize for the delay. Had some family stuff I had to handle that kept pushing the live back, but we're here, baby, and we're only 2 fights out from main event time. Sergey Boachuk's up next against Ishmael Davis, and then Moises Aituma, a very good heavyweight prospect who I honestly have to get a good look at tonight. I've watched some tape on Aituma, good prospect, but looking forward to a better, more detailed assessment actually watching him fight tonight. So, what is going on? I see a lot of people feeling like Dave Allen just got robbed. Again, I was running around handling family stuff, so I didn't get to catch a lot of this undercard or really any of it. But it's not a great undercard anyways. We want to call the main event action. But what is going on, everybody? What's good to No Dice? Hulk Mode 365, my man 169, LDB, or no, not LDBC, LBC, Long Beach. Finished the last part of it. Fury can't match Usyk's output or angles. He will try to keep range, but I got Usyk stepping up the pressure and stopping Fury in round 6. Boxing said, Sean, do Tyson Fury impression, please. Hold on. Let me see if it's in there somewhere right now. I don't know if I can do it right now, mate. I don't know. I know I'm coming to knock the rat-faced middleweight out, spark out, big Dorsa, big ugly bum. The heavyweight champion of the world should reside in the West, and that's why I sold myself out to Saudi Arabia, because the heavyweight champion has to be from the West boxing. But it'll get better later in the day. I gotta feel it. What's up, Drummers Against It? Said thank you, Sean, for all your work. You're doing the job. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate that. Bro, you look like you've been wrestling with the wife, bro. No, everything's all good. That's funny, though. Errol Shamigo says, peace from South Florida. Thank you, brother. What's up? Shout out to South Florida. And yeah, you know what? We got some time to kill. Should I give you my prediction on the fight, or should I just... Never mind, that's how you always look. Yeah, that's right. I always look a little disheveled and unkept. But hey, the commentary's good. Once we get to main event time, best commentary, unbiased, that there is. So... but hope everyone's doing good. Guys, feel free to help me get going here and throw some questions my way. They don't got to be super chats, but just, throw some questions my way and let's get into it. Let's talk some boxing because we got some time to kill. There's a lot of, whether it's pay-per-view in the United States and now certainly these cards in Riyadh, there is tons and tons and tons of downtime to be killed. So let's talk some boxing. Usyk's jab is the key. So I think... I went back and rewatched the first fight last night, and I saw little wrinkles from Usyk from rounds 8 through 12 that impressed me. When I think of Usyk, the things I always think of is 1-2 and his real money maker. When in doubt, Usyk goes to his feints. And it's his go-to move. Those Ukrainian Lomachenko Usyk feints that he's perfected. I might be doing them a little ugly, but when in doubt, that is his go-to move. That's his Michael Jordan turnaround jumper, Kobe Bryant turnaround jumper, Shaq calling for it one-on-one in the post. When in doubt, and he needs to find some answers, and the other guy is gaining momentum, he'll go with this. But we already knew that. I already knew that. What impressed me, and I got to get to a super chat from my man Ant in just a second. What impressed me about Usyk rewatching the tape last night was his catch and shoot game. Little things, because I think of him as a guy who's not really dynamic or creative like Tyson Fury is. I think of Usyk as a guy who's very sharp and pinpoint and has mastered the 4 or 5 or 6 things he really likes to do, whereas Fury is a more unpredictable fighter. And I think that's still the case, but I noticed Usyk do little things from rounds 8 through 12 that I don't always think of him as. And he began, because Tyson was finding success being creative, not just throwing a 1-2 down the middle. That's Usyk's game, better than his at this stage. But Tyson would sweep the right hand off the jab, or really that uppercut is what breathed life into him in the middle rounds and made it look like Fury has adjusted and kind of solved the Usyk puzzle when he started sweeping the right uppercut. But what I started noticing is Usyk started ever so subtly adjusting his head movement, not always side to side to get out of the way of straight line shots, but he began adjusting to the trajectory of Fury's sweeping right hands or uppercuts. And then he began to catch and shoot with bad intentions with the right hook and the left hand. And I don't think of Usyk as always being a great right hook guy. I think of him being more of a straight line shot guy, super sharp up the gut. And I saw that, and it makes me that much more confident that Usyk wins this fight. Also, I saw Fury really, and Fury, this is a big reason why I believe Usyk wins. I believe 4 years ago, just like I said in the first fight, Fury would win if this was the Fury that fought Wilder in the rematch in 2020. Not even the Fury that fought the third time against Wilder, where he wasn't in as good a shape as he was in fight number 2. And all that. But what I saw from Fury was a guy who just can't take that much punishment anymore. It was round 8, right before he got dropped in the 9th, where Usyk hit him with two left hands over the top that split his nose open. And that really took a lot of the will and a lot of the sap out of Fury. And Fury took a more or less a beating down the stretch in that fight. Not just the knockdown in the 9th. A lot of false narratives going on that Fury was in control of the first fight and then he clowned too much. He took his foot off the gas. No, Fury adjusted to Usyk and then made Usyk adjust in a way that, you know, we maybe either haven't seen from him in a long time or we just don't have to see him do. Usually Usyk's adjustment is to just pick it up. Okay, he's not biting on 2 feints now, throw 3 or 4 in there. He just picks his energy up, and because he's a small heavyweight coming up from cruiserweight, these big boys like Joshua and Fury can't compete with that gas tank. But I didn't just see him turn it up. That's what I saw the first, when I called this fight live in May, I said, okay, Usyk just turned it up and Tyson can't keep up with that. No, he also made little subtle adjustments. So Usyk was winning that fight early. Fury adjusted and figured him out a bit in the middle rounds. And then Usyk actually subtly adjusted to Fury's adjustments and was just the better man on that night. And I think that Usyk wins by knockout in this fight because I think that Fury, and maybe some of you guys saw my prediction on the channel a couple of days ago, I think Fury, whatever he's got left in the tank, and he doesn't have a full tank, he's been dropped a dozen times in his career. That third fight with Deontay Wilder was as brutal from a violent physical standpoint, a fight in the 21st century as basically we've seen. I don't think that's hyperbole. So I think Fury, whatever he's got left, he's going to let it all hang out. And he's going to try and fight like a big man. He's not going to be on the back foot as much. He'll be on the back foot, but he's going to try and press his advantages on the front foot when he lands things on the back foot. And I think it's going to be an explosive fight. And Usyk, who has questionable durability to the body in particular, being outweighed by 50 pounds, he's going to have to weather an intense storm by Fury. But if he can weather that storm in the first 4 to 6 rounds, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot left in the tank left to give for Fury. And I don't think he'll be able to absorb punishment as the fight goes on, meaning 12 rounds. So I think Usyk wins this fight by knockout or he loses by knockout in the first 6 to 7 rounds. So but my pick today, I got Usyk stopping Tyson Fury between rounds 6 and 8. That's my call for this one. But we'll see. I got some super chats to go to. Ant, thank you, sir. Says, what do you think of all the seemingly and we got 2 other super chats behind you. So Matt Borgeson, I got you, brother, and Lester Walnuts, I got you, brother. Let me just get quickly. Let me take a little time with Ant because he's asking a very serious question. He said, what do you think of all the seemingly biased antics Turki Al-Sheikh has been engaging in? I think it's not surprising. I've talked about this a lot on the lives. Actually, what you're asking about, Ant, is so much to unpack. You know, he wants a third fight because that serves his goals and agendas. And in a way, as critical as I've been as Riyadh season and Turkey Al Sheikh, part of me can't blame him for being honest. He is saying up front what the other promoters feel behind closed doors. We want this guy to win for our business agenda. He's just out front and saying it. And to his credit, I think he said, my head says Usyk wins, but I want Fury to win. So he's kind of acknowledging that logically Usyk should win this fight. I'll logically acknowledge that, but I want Fury to win for my agenda. That's the least of the concerns. That's him being honest as being the promoter of the fight. I think that, you know, you see Turkey Al Sheikh engaging in a lot more interviews this week, right? And I think it's because he has bought or co-opted the boxing media to where now he feels safe. He knows that anybody who's in Riyadh for this fight isn't gonna really challenge him in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So he and you called it biased antics. They are biased antics. He's letting Tyson Fury break the rules that wouldn't be allowed if this fight was in the United States and Las Vegas. You can't have a beard that helps protect the chin. That's even a part of the WBC rules. But why is he able, in your words, and their true words, to get away with biased antics? It's because he has everybody in his pocket. And boxing fans, not saying you guys in the chat, have largely been short-sighted to this because in the United States, and it's been like pulling teeth for the longest time now, trying to get promoters to put on the fights people actually really want to spend money on as it pertains to real boxing fans. We're not talking about casuals who will buy Jake Paul and Mike Tyson if you serve it up on a platter for them. We're talking about people who really love and support the sport on a consistent basis. So he has everyone in his pocket, including the WBC who's there. And so nobody's going to be able to push it back. And again, boxing fans have been short-sighted about this because he's making certain fights like Beterbiev and Bivol and Fury and Usyk that Eddie Hearn and the European promoters, Frank Warren, they weren't able to do it when they held all the strings. And in the United States, Bob Arum promoting Beterbiev and Eddie Hearn promoting Bivol, they weren't able to put this fight together. So boxing fans we don't care if it's blood money and a government like that putting on these fights. We don't care. We're so fed up with the business of boxing in the United States. We'll take it even if it is blood money because we want to see the fight, damn it. So that's why he's able to get away with all these antics. But I think slowly, as I predicted, the veil is being lifted for everybody to see the pros and the cons that's really going along with this whole agenda or vision 2030 from Riyadh season and all that. And it's part of why I turned down that Saudi money twice, to stay here in Vegas in this basement and talk my shit with you wonderful people. So, but yeah, that I think he's able to get away with these antics because they have money to burn, and they're basically buying up the sport, and not just the sport, everybody involved in it. So yeah, it is what it is, and that's not really me throwing shade. Now I am holding my balls a little bit, proud, puffing my chest out a little bit that I haven't partook in it. But for people that are, we have families to feed, and if you want to, you don't make the rules. You don't always get to make the rules to the games you have to play. And there's people who just love boxing and want to cover boxing. And if they have to go to Saudi to do it, so be it. You know what I mean? And I understand that and I respect that. But, that's how I'd answer your question. Matt Borgeson said, I just came here to say that I guess Saudi money not only pays for the fights, but pays for the results too. Dave Allen got done dirty. Fix it. Well, again, I'm fair here. Like, fighters have been getting robbed for over a century in the United States. It doesn't matter if it was a Top Rank show, a PBC show, a Matchroom USA, main events back in the day with Dan Duva and Lou Duva. Every fighters get robbed when the politics don't benefit them. And I didn't get to see the fight, Matt. I didn't get to see the fight, but I know Matt knows his boxing, so I'll take your word for it that Allen, everybody seems to think Dave Allen won. Even their own Jabber stats, which is basically AI, seems to favor Dave Allen should have won the fight. So, So let's see. All due respect, Sean, I have not been blindsided to this. I know it's either robbery or Usyk knockout. Oh, no, I hear you, everything, Gray. That's why I didn't say, I don't think really the people that are attracted to these lives, that it goes over their head. I'm talking about what I see on Twitter, social media, YouTube comments, and whatnot. Um, Lester Walnut says Tyson Fury is wearing his Jordan 11s tonight. He put in work on his footwork. Tyson's footwork is the key to his victory. Well, Lester, to your point, in the middle rounds, he was finally able to find some advantages in lead foot positioning with Usyk. Usyk, from round one, was able to, my man Sean Porter broke this down in his studio a couple days ago. Usyk, like Lomachenko, is a master of the lead foot positioning. You guys know this. This is a high boxing IQ chat, but he gets that outside lead foot to the other outside lead foot and lines it up with his southpaw left hand. And he was so smart to change levels with it and target the body and the chest first. And that's what eventually set it up over the top. Fury, the adjustment he made, basically to simplify the adjustment he made that gave him the momentum in the middle rounds, he got the lead foot positioning. He got his lead foot to the outside of Usyk's lead foot and began to land the right uppercut or sweep the right hand. But Usyk adjusted to that. And when you talk about Tyson's footwork being the key, him coming in 20 pounds heavier, and even if it was the jacket and things in his pocket, and he's only 10 to 15 pounds heavier, now he's got 270 to as much as 280 pounds to have to shuffle around the ring. Putting on the weight tells me he plans on fighting downhill a lot more than using the footwork. So we'll see. If the game plan is to use the footwork, most importantly, and walk Usyk into shots, I think he might have made a miscalculation coming in as heavy as he did. But that's why I think that's not the game plan. I think the game plan is to fight a lot more downhill against Usyk and make it the kind of fight where it's either me or you. And if Fury pulls that off, I already think Fury's an all-time heavyweight. I've seen enough. I know he's been inconsistent at times. He had the long layoff after beating Klitschko. He should have gave Klitschko the rematch, and he ducked out of that. But I know what my eyes saw back in February 2020, the night he knocked out Wilder in one-sided fashion. I know I saw an all-time great heavyweight. And so if Fury pulls this out, like I'm not expecting him to, but if Fury pulls this out tonight, major respect to him, and he personifies tonight the definition of every great fighter has one last great fight in him. That's an old one in boxing. I just think that he's going to make it a either I'm going to get you or you're going to get me kind of fight. And the main difference tonight is going to be Usyk can withstand more because his body hasn't put up with all the challenges inside the ring, being knocked down a dozen times by various heavyweights, and he hasn't blown up in weight. He hasn't had substance abuse problems like Fury. And that's really what I think. Timing is important in boxing. I'll say it again. The Fury I saw 4 years ago would have been too much for Oleksandr Usyk, but that guy doesn't exist anymore. And so I suspect he's going to try to summon that guy again and fight downhill again like he did that night. But his body can't hold up to the kind of punishment, and it's not as solid and as in shape as it was those days. So we'll see. We'll see. Boachuk just dropped Davis. All right, let's get to the action. I had to talk a little main event before we get there. Let's get to Boachuk. Boachuk drops Davis. Yep. Davis is reeling. Boachuk touching with the uppercut. Another uppercut. Pushes off. Two-piece. And that's it at the bell. Boachuk, you had to worry a little bit if Boachuk was going to be have something taken out of him from the Virgil Ortiz fight. But, it looks like, considering the knockdown, yep, nice left hook, little short right hook to the body, and then brought the left hook up top. Down went Ishmael Davis. Boachuk looks in tremendous shape. He did get ducked probably by Israel Madrimov because there's just whether Madrimov was going to win that fight or not. And I actually gave the edge to Boachuk Boachuk is the kind of guy that is going to physically tax you, and you're not going to be ready to fight a Virgil Ortiz 2 or 3 months after that. So I don't think anybody in the know was surprised that Boachuk got pulled out on from Israel Madrimov. So now they're showing Vladimir Klitschko ringside next to Lennox Lewis, the fight that never was. And Lennox, of course, fought Vitaly, but never fought Vlad. They did do that scene in Ocean's 11 together, which was kind of cool. So, all right, here we go. Back at it. Boachuk stalking, coming forward as he always does. And coming first with his jab. High guard. Boachuk, not a super defensively nuanced guy, but relentless. Good puncher. And applies very good pressure, and that's what he's doing here in round 3. A little bit of those Ukrainian feints coming from Boachuk, shooting the 1-2, just applying that pressure on Ishmael Davis. Davis trying to fire some shots, but Boachuk parrying well with the high guard. And again, applying that pressure. 1-2 down the pipe for Boachuk, some of those feints. Nice straight right hand, left hook, back on the jab. Lots of activity from Boachuk. Backing Davis up, who has to clinch Boachuk to make him reset in the center of the ring. 45 seconds into this third round. Boachuk using those feints maybe a little bit more than we're used to seeing. Maybe because he, is fighting a lower level guy that he can show more of his skill set at. Or maybe Boachuk, after going 12 rounds with Ortiz, is still improving in there. In the center of the ring, Boachuk just feigning a little bit more than I'm used to seeing. And I like to see that. And the high guard is catching well here in the third round. Now he got caught with a little right hand, but that's while he was working on the inside, getting in a right hook to the body, letting his hands go in combination, short little shots. Davis switching southpaw there for a second, getting off a shot. Now he's back orthodox, backs Boachuk onto the ropes. Boachuk, shorter, more compact shots. Davis trying to shoot the right hand over the top. Good left uppercut on the inside by Ishmael Davis, but a left hook to the body by Boachuk, and Boachuk with short shots on the inside and investing to the body more than Ishmael Davis is. But Davis was able to touch Boachuk. Boachuk's going to get touched with his style and the way he fights. Minute left in this round. Let me see. Boachuk, good little catch and shoot there by Ishmael Davis, catching the left hook, trying to shoot the right hand. But Boachuk with a good high guard, able to catch that, still applying pressure. Davis with that lead hand low, left hand by his chest, fighting southpaw now. Ties up Boachuk, trying to stem that tide. Nice right uppercut on the inside by Boachuk in the center of the ring as Davis tries to clinch up. Left hook to the body, right hook to the body. Davis holding on the inside, right hook to the body, sets up a left hook up top. Short little right hook up top and a right uppercut by Boachuk. Short left hook on the inside, working the body, and all Davis can do is hold. Nice right uppercut by Davis. Left uppercut by Davis on the inside as he holds and hits a little bit. Another left uppercut on the inside by Davis. Little right uppercut to the body by Davis. Backing Boachuk up on the ropes after clinching him all the way there. Boachuk touching him with little short shots. Right uppercut on the inside. Left hook. And that'll do it for round 3. Boachuk getting touched a little bit here and there by some shots on the inside by Davis. But outworking Davis. Backing him up, pressuring him, investing to the body, and landing more shots up top. Easily a Boachuk round. Superstar Will said Davis not going 12. It doesn't look like it, but he has opportunities with Boachuk in front of him. And he did touch him with some solid uppercuts, but just getting outworked, out-hustled, pressured. So, yeah, let's see. Let me see some of the comments earlier. Edgar Coda says, what's good, Sean? How are you, bro? Doing great. I appreciate you guys for rocking with me, especially with the late start and all. I apologize again. Marvelous Irv said evolution. In regards to what, my guy? Well, good to see you, Marvelous Irv. Thanks for being here. All right, let's get it. My man Zittel is really a boxing historian. One of these companies needs to give my guy a Stephen A. Smith contract. Yeah. I got to interview Stephen A. So, yeah, that sounds good to me. I don't know how realistic it is. It sounds good. So, Davis coming out southpaw. Boachuk applying pressure. Davis, though, is landing some shots here and there. Touches Boachuk with the jab and touches him to the body with a left hand behind that jab up top. Straight left hand for Davis. Now Davis switches back orthodox. Boachuk using those Ukrainian feints. But Davis, a little accurate to start round 4. Boachuk trying to be first and last when he initiates and punctuates these exchanges, but Davis touching him and getting some shots off too. Nice straight left hand to the body by Davis as Boachuk touches him up top, but Davis not panicking to those shots touching him and placing that straight left hand to the body. Davis now back in the orthodox position, fencing with his jab. Nice right hand by Davis over the top of Boachuk. So Davis is still in there, chat. Davis is still in there despite being dropped earlier. That was a nice right hand over the top of Boachuk's left hand just a moment ago. And actually a minute 45 left in the fourth. And it's early, but so far this might actually be a Davis round. Davis not getting touched by the jab. Short right uppercut on the inside by Boachuk and a left hook to the body. Davis turns him, tries to come back with his shots, but not on the mark. Left uppercut lands for Davis on the inside and a cut on the top of Boachuk's head now. Davis switching back southpaw. Boachuk fighting downhill. Sweeps his right hand behind a jab. Davis gets a little rough on the inside, pushes off, gets ground back in the center of the ring. Nice left hook to the body by Boachuk. Davis touching him with a right hand for reaching down to the body. Good exchange there. Davis getting his looping right hand and left uppercut blocked and breathing a little heavier than Boachuk. Boachuk very consistent with his pace. Walks into a straight left hand by Davis, but Davis is going to have to really land something hard or this guy doesn't stop coming. Some pressure fighters are that way. You got to hurt them or they're going to be relentless. Davis forced to clinch in the center of the ring. Short left hook lands for Boachuk. Little uppercut lands for Davis though. But Boachuk out-throwing Davis. So even when Davis is placing shots in some of these exchanges, Boachuk is relentless with the pace. Again, Boachuk getting off 5 or 6 shots. Davis with decent defense, but letting Boachuk dictate the pace of this fight. Good finish to the round by Boachuk. Right uppercut up top and a left hook to the body on the inside. Little left hook on the inside and a sweeping right hand on the inside. Right uppercut sets up another left hook to the body. All for Boachuk, closing this round strong. Right hand gets in for Ishmael Davis over the top of that jab, but not enough to stop the forward progress of Boachuk. That's it for round 4. Davis, who's breathing a little heavy and his face is starting to show the wear and tear of the relentless output of Boachuk, was off to a good start in that round. Even slightly buckled the legs of Boachuk just for a second with that looping right hand over the top of the jab, but not enough to stop that relentless pace of Boachuk. That's a Boachuk round. They're showing the hand wraps for Tyson Fury now. Fury looks ready to fight. But his face looks old. But can he summon it up? Again, I think he could summon it up, but only for so long. If he doesn't get Usyk out of there or badly hurt him and drop him in the first 6 rounds, he's not going to have the gas tank and the ability to absorb punishment. But he looks ready to fight in the dressing room. He looks ready to fight. And so that's exciting. We're probably going to get an exciting fight in this main event. James Langan, are you doing the Tyson Fury fight? Absolutely, sir. Don't go anywhere. Did Autopilot says, did Ituma fight yet? No, sir, they did not. Selena Meyer says, Sean is an excellent historian and entertainer. Thank you, Selena Meyer, and I love the show Veep. All right. Davis starting round 5, moving to his left, fighting southpaw. Can he let basically, chat? He's got to land something here. Hard, or else Boachuk won't stop the forward momentum. And even straight right hand lands for Boachuk. Davis is hurt. Short right uppercut on the inside. Davis showing heart. Eats a short left hook. Ties up. Nice right hand to the body by Davis on the inside. Ties up. He might want to invest in that body while there's still time. While it's still in the mid part of the fight. Left uppercut on the inside by Davis, but Boachuk doesn't have to sit down on everything. He could touch you with a couple of shots and still hurt you. Good work on the inside by both fighters, but Boachuk, the fresher guy, getting off 2 or 3 to 1. Davis is landing some shots too, but Boachuk is the more relentless guy. On the inside, left hook to the body by Boachuk. Left hook up top, short right hand on the inside, short left hook on the inside, short right hand on the inside, and a short left hook. Short right uppercut on the inside. Finally, Davis comes back with a clubbing right hand. Davis has to find the spots in between Boachuk's relentless offense to sharpshoot and hurt him. Has to make his punches count. He can't win this fight blow for blow with Sergey Bohachuk. Bohachuk, relentless, getting off 4 or 5 to 1 this round. Short punches on the inside, investing to the body. Nice jab by Bohachuk, sets up a right hand. He takes just a little step out of range and doubles up that jab and hits Ishmael Davis with a right hand. Davis is tired and his face and trunks are bloodying up from the punishment. Short left hook by Bohachuk. Bohachuk is punching and punching and punching on the inside until Davis can't take anymore. Davis still in there. Straight left hand by Davis and an uppercut. A combination by Davis. He's tired, but showing a lot of will. Right hand lands for Bohachuk on the inside and a short left hand behind it. Davis coming forward trying to smother Bohachuk, but walking into short little shots on the inside by Bohachuk. Davis, in all likelihood, on his way to being stopped, but hanging in there. Short right hook by Bohachuk on the inside. Short left hook. All short shots by Bohachuk. Relentless punching. Davis trying to hold his own on the inside, but just getting out-punched, out-hustled. Can't keep up with this pace. And the steam is leaving Davis's shots this round. And his face is busting up. And Bohachuk probably threw 100 punches in that 5th round. That'll do it. Davis smiles. Wearily goes back to his corner, being a game loser. That's it for the 5th. Turki Al-Sheikh ringside. Looks like he's looking at Leonard Blavatnik with some crazy... What's he looking at Leonard Blavatnik like that for? I will kill you, and I will take over the rest of the zone. Is that what's going through his mind? Anyway, I wouldn't want Turki looking at me like that. Daniel Dubois ringside. That's a bad motherfucker who really showed you can quit in a fight and still be a dog and come back with even more heart. You just got to respect Daniel Dubois, man. Keeps himself in great shape. Gentleman, how he carries himself. Had to technically retired in his fights twice, surrendered, quit, whatever you want to call it, and then came back with more dog, more skills. That's inspiring stuff. Hard not to like Daniel Dubois. You don't got to be your favorite fighter or anything, but hard not to respect him for sure. So here we go, back in round 6. Bohachuk, jab, hook off the jab, straight right hand, fighting downhill, coming forward. Davis shoots a southpaw straight left hand, but misses the mark. Davis switches back orthodox, tries to work his jab, fighting, lead hand low, right hand by the chest, trying to see everything coming, but it's relentless in there. Bohachuk up 49-45 on the DAZN scorecard. Definitely in control of this fight. Definitely feels like he's on his way to wearing Davis down, but Davis is hanging tough and still letting go of some shots. He lets go of a right hand over the top of Bohachuk's jab right there. He feints and shoots a stab jab to the body. Feints and takes a step out of range. Bohachuk falls short with the jab. Davis steps off to his left, switches southpaw, measures with the lead hand, steps over to his left again, trying to walk, makes him miss a sweeping right hand. Probably trying to set up a straight left hand here. Makes him miss a right hand again. Now that third right hand does get in for Bohachuk, and that makes Davis switch back orthodox. He's got to pull the trigger there. He's got to pull the trigger. You were setting it up. You're measuring. You're taking a step to the left. Now cook. Now rip. And he didn't. You made the guy miss those first 2 right hands, but then the third one got in there because you're waiting a little bit too much right there. Bohachuk getting off on the inside again. Working the 4 threes. 1-2 misses for Bohachuk. Eats a body shot by Davis. Davis with a good shot up top, but the right eye of Davis is busting up. He's got blood coming from his nose, dripping down to his trunks. Davis, jab pops up his head. Moves over to his left. Moves over to his right. Switches southpaw, switches orthodox. Eats a jab. Bohachuk reaches for a right uppercut. Davis switches southpaw, lands a straight left hand, but not a lot of steam left on his punches because he's being worn down. 1-2 through the center. 1-2 again for Bohachuk, and a left hook behind it. Davis looks a little rocked. Davis trying to smother Bohachuk, but he was a little bit rocked by those sharp 1-2s. Left uppercut on the inside. Davis holds Bohachuk and turns around, and Davis's corner might want to start thinking of stopping this fight. Davis moving over to his left. Tries to land a right hook in there, just a little bit off. Eats a right uppercut during the clinch. Shoots a straight left hand, but not a lot of steam on these straight left hands compared to just 2 or 3 rounds ago for Davis. He is being broken down. But again, credit to his heart. Not so much mentally, just physically being broken down. Right uppercut, left hook on the inside by Boachuk, keeping Davis backing up, sweeps the little right uppercut behind the left hook. Good little punch selection by Boachuk, and nice 1-2, splitting the high guard by Boachuk. Another 1-2, another 1-2. Davis getting his chin off the line, eats a right uppercut near the bell, and that'll do it for that round. I think Davis's corner should really start thinking of stopping this fight. Their guy has gave it a good go, as they say in the UK, and he's not mentally break, and that is it. There you go. There you go. The Davis corner waves it off after 6. Good stoppage. Your man has shown already a lot of heart by holding. His body is already physically breaking down, but his spirit and his fighting heart aren't. So do him a favor if you're the corner. You know, get him out of there. His body's taken enough, and the kid has shown enough desire and will to stay in there to earn the respect of the viewer. Good stoppage. Good performance by Sergey Boachuk, who, to my eyes, from what we caught jumping in the third round, was fainting a little bit more like Loma and Usyk. He'll never be those guys in that regard. But he did faint a little bit more, and he is continuing to grow in his style, what he does best, being an educated pressure fighter. And he's never going to be a defensive wizard. He's always going to have to rely on his chin to a certain degree. And there will be a point in any pressure fighter's career who depends on his chin to a degree where that chin gets cracked. He already got knocked out by Brandon Adams, but that was more of a one-punch shot on your way up the ladder. It can happen in boxing. His chin has proven since then, obviously in the Virgil Ortiz fight, to still be sturdy. Brandon Adams didn't break his chin. But inevitably, Boachuk, he will have that punch resistance reduced and taken away from him. But for now, he looks like he's in his prime, fighting better than ever, and just continuing to sharpen up and improve on what he's already been good at throughout his career. Applying pressure. That high guard is getting a little bit better at parrying as he comes in, so he's not wearing as many shots clean on the button as he did when he was coming up. And his punches have shortened up a little bit. Before, he was a guy who liked to get some extension on that right hand. And, you know, that was the right hand that dropped Ortiz. But now, he's able to touch you with little short shots. And if you pull out of range irresponsibly, that's when he can sit down and get full extension on that right hand. But if you're trying to smother his punches, because he's kind of got long arms, then now he's shortened up his punches. So Boachuk's fighting better than ever. Hats off to him. And he's gotten better. Just look at his old fights from 3 or 4 years ago when he did get knocked out by Brandon Adams. Just that era in his career. And, you know, he looks slow and plodding. And he's never going to be the fastest guy. Never going to be the most athletic guy with the upper body movement. But he's a little quicker. He's feigning a little bit more. His punches are a little shorter. That high guard helps him not wear his shots on the button as consistently. Little improvements are adding up. And what you got in Boachuk is a guy who's really in his prime now. So want to give him some props for that. Matt Borgeson said, always great to see you, Matt. Thank you, man. And what's up, Gustavo? And Gustavo quickly saying that he shells up so good, Sean. Boachuk has an underrated defense when he shells. Yeah, it's getting better for sure, Gustavo. I just think when you say shells up so good, I think of, you know, the Winky Wright standard of high guards. I even think Benavidez. You know, you guys know I like Benavidez. I even think if you look at parts in the Boo Boo and Plant fights, his high guard is underrated and even a little more adept than what Boachuk's showing us right now. But to your point, Gustavo, the high guard is getting better for sure, and it's helping him wear shots on the top of the head and not having to eat on the button. I agree with you. Matt Borges said, yeah, Virgil Ortiz's performance against Boachuk is more impressive, seeing how he breaks people down. I agree, and I thought Virgil might have won that fight. I think live I edged it to him, but it could have been a draw. It could have went either way. Everyone felt like Boachuk won because it's basically competitive round after competitive round, but one guy got put down twice. So if you got 12 competitive rounds and one guy dropped the other guy twice, the guy who got the 2 knockdowns probably won. So I totally get it that people thought Boachuk won that fight. I thought Virgil might have edged it. I thought Virgil might have edged it. But, and what's impressive too, Matt, about Virgil is, that was when you're at your 20s, 12-round championship fights make you better when you come out on top of them, when you don't get punished in them and lose, by knockout. Those are the ones that can actually end your prime early. But, I think Virgil's going to be even better. That was his second real tough fight. The other one being against Kaviaskis, Mean Machine. So I think not only did Virgil look impressive in that fight, he's going to look even better his next fight, for sure. Because just like in other sports, in football and basketball, that middle 20s is when you're getting experience and getting better and better. And that's Virgil Ortiz right now. So, yeah, not only does it look impressive now, but he's going to look even more impressive, I think, his next outing. So, what's up, Edwin Ola? What's up, Superstar Will? Angry Casual Fan. Sean, who are you picking, Usyk or Fury? I got Usyk by stoppage tonight in the middle rounds. That's my pick. But if Fury pulls it out and solidifies his greatness that much more, hats off to Tyson Fury. I've always said he's a great heavyweight. And tonight, if he beats Usyk, there's some people on the fence, with Fury. Who'd he really beat besides an old Klitschko and a Wilder? This is their words, and a Wilder that was overrated. And, what did he really do? Derek Chisora, Dillian White, that ain't cutting it for some people. And he got beat up by the middleweight, by the rat-faced middle. He got beat up by a cruiserweight. So if Fury wins this fight, hats off to him because he shuts everybody up. And now there is no argument. He is an all-time great heavyweight. In my book, he already is. But if he pulls off, in my mind, what's an upset tonight, it just solidifies his greatness. But I got Usyk by middle round stoppage. Let me get to this super chat by my man Matt Borgeson again. He got the money, baby. He says, this might sound crazy, but I don't know how Crawford could manage at 37, going on 38, against a prime pressure fighter like Boachuk, who's much bigger than him. I just think Boachuk gets hit too much. He gets hit way too much. And Crawford is, whether he's 37 or not, you might be right. I mean, they make weight classes for a reason. Crawford, what the Errol Spence destruction hid a little bit. And I think this could cost Crawford in a Canelo fight, is Crawford still has legs, and he still has high IQ with his legs in terms of turning a guy in the center of the ring and finding the angles and the counter punches and all that. But the legs just aren't as fresh as they were in the Victor Postal days. They're not. In the 140-pound days, in the early 147 days against Jeff Horn. And I thought that and I always picked him to win by knockout over Spence with counterpunching ability, but I was a little concerned about his legs against Errol Spence. And his counterpunching ability was so sublime and his power was so good at 147 that he didn't need to move a whole lot to take away Spence's pressure and send him back on his way. But I still think those legs are a little worn down. They're not as fresh as they once were. They're still educated. He still knows how to use what's there in a great way. So maybe between the weight, between Crawford's legs, not able to circle a pressure fighter as easily as they once were, maybe you're right. Maybe Boachuk, just with youth, pressure, and size, would overwhelm an aging Crawford, who's still one of the best fighters on the planet, but, isn't a spring chicken. I just think, Matt, that Boachuk gets hit too often for the best counterpuncher in the game, whether he's 37 or not. I got Crawford in that fight, but we'll never see it. We'll never see it. But I got Crawford in that fight. And then also, my man Matt Borges says, I'd like to see Ortiz versus Murtazaliev. I think Ortiz deserves that opportunity. I love that fight. And I think, call it American bias. I think Virgil could win that fight, but Bakram Murtazaliev, what he did against Tim Tszyu I respected it so much. I made the man my background on my phone for 2 weeks just so I never sleep on a fighter like Bakram Murtazaliev again. I put some respect on that man's name. I even like pronouncing it the best I can. Murtazaliev, Bakram Murtazaliev. But he, you know, Ortiz likes mid to close range, and Murtazaliev put Zoo in a blender by giving him angles in the center of the ring and punching off those angles and moving and punching off those angles with power. So if your pressure doesn't come correct, if you don't cut that distance correct, by the way, this guy winning the prize, it looks extremely fake on this telecast. Some guy in the audience won a prize from Turkey Al-Sheikh, and it looks like super fake. But hey, who cares? Ortiz, if he doesn't cut that distance responsibly, he could run into a buzzsaw too, just like Tim Tszyu. But I favor Ortiz just because I believe in him right now as an ascending fighter growing into his prime who's going to be extremely hard to beat. So I favor Ortiz because he's the undefeated American thoroughbred who's ascending and getting better and has power and has speed. But Murtazaliev's a bad boy. He's a bad motherfucker, man. I might be wrong. I would love that fight. That's a great fight. I was trying to campaign for Jaron Ennis to take that fight, but Ennis wound up turning down Virgil, and Ennis's stock is taking a big hit right now, and which is a shame. He didn't perform, I believe, up to his best abilities against Karan Jukajan. So yeah, Murtazaliev, I got respect on his name. I'll favor the American thoroughbred, call that a little American bias maybe or whatever, but I'll favor Ortiz, but Murtazaliev might get his ass. He might be Murtazaliev. Someone in the comments gave him that nickname when I had to react to his win. That should be his nickname, Murtazaliev. Stack Shot Bobby says, "You are the best at commentating the fights." Thank you, sir. If I could just get on in a timely manner. I ran really late today. That's my fault. But yeah, man, I can't wait to commentate this main event. And may the best man win, Let's see. Mr. Quake saying Eastern Europeans are more disciplined. What's up, Mr. Quake? Great to see you, my man. Raymond Malone says, "I love you, Sean, but you have to get over Virgil, bro." Maybe you're right. You might be right. Maybe I'm overrating him a little bit. Maybe, Mr. Quake talking about the Eastern European discipline. Now, I think that's a big reason why. And that brings me to a point about Oleksandr Usyk. But I think, on average, the Americans tend to still have that style that brings about a lot of speed and upper body movement. And I'm still a huge believer in the American style when it's optimized and performed up to I still believe in the American style is the best one when it's really maximized and implemented, and you're using all the bag of tricks and skills that have been harnessed in American boxing over the last century. But I don't think a lot of the American fighters have the hunger and the single track mindedness of the Eastern Europeans. And the Eastern Europeans are becoming more athletic. They're becoming less stiff. They're sparring in America, getting more used to that style at a younger and younger age. And so that gap just continues to close. And now that reminds me a little bit of what I want to touch on with Usyk before we get to main event time. And, in Rocky IV, it's the American Rocky who has to go to Soviet Russia and basically teach them something by first respecting their culture on their terms, and then, if I can change, you can change, everybody can change. Basically, the people of Russia can learn something from Rocky. And me, with my American sensibilities and perspective, I find I have a lot of respect for Usyk as a fighter and as a man, but there's something, I don't want to say not off-putting, but not inviting about that steel, cold Ukrainian focus. And, I'm a reporter, right? you see these reporters try to get something out of Usyk, and it's very difficult. Again, it's not that he's not a dick. It's not that he's off-putting. It's that it's not very inviting, right? And in America, we tend to be, not everybody, we got different shapes and sizes and mentalities in our country too, but we tend to be a little bit more extroverted than that. And so what I'm gathering from watching Oleksandr Usyk is if I can change, you can change. If the Russians in Rocky 4 could learn something from Rocky, I could learn something from Oleksandr Usyk. And what is it that typifies the former Soviet mentality? And my mother, who worked at the Hyatt in New York City, she used to work with Russians and Ukrainians. And she would sum up their attitude with, you either do it or you don't. You either do it or you don't. And she would always explain to me they're very single track minded people. And I felt like there's pros and cons to every mentality we grasp, every culture around the world. And I always felt the con to that was a little bit of an air of a superiority complex. We are not stupid Americans who worry about Paris Hilton and video game. We are serious people, you know, and that always turned me off a little bit. So when I saw Usyk heading into the first fight with Fury talk about, I love my wife. I think people in my country don't embrace love enough. They don't show enough emotion and feeling. And I said, this guy's really special. He's evolving the upbringing and culture that he's so proud of, that he embraces and typifies and symbolizes. And yet he's growing beyond it, right? If I can change, you can change. He incorporated some of that, in his words, love that he said he didn't really get a lot growing up in the way he grew up in Ukraine. And again, he even lovingly criticized it. Like, we don't do that enough in our country. So that put all that together, and that makes observing Usyk that it's special. What he's achieving right now in boxing and what he's standing for is special. And so what I can learn from him and his culture is to be a little bit more focused and to be a little bit more serious. I can't always be the long-haired goofball, weed-smoking, guy. And I already know that. That's common sense. But what he stands for hammers that point home that much more. So that's my spiel on it. So we all can learn from these different cultures. We could learn from the Mexican machismo. We could learn from the brash confidence of being American, period. We can learn from all these things. And that's part of what's beautiful about boxing is you get to, so much of what I've learned about other cultures is because I love boxing. I didn't plan on learning about Russian culture. I didn't plan on learning about Mexican culture. I mean, I grew up around Mexican culture, but my knowledge about it got so much more fleshed out because I love Barrera or I love Terrible Morales, and now my knowledge and my respect of Eastern European culture grows and expands because of all the great fighters they produce, and that's a beautiful part of our sport. So, yep. Superstar Will says this is real shit you're speaking. Thank you. You guys know I like to trail off and attempt to get a little deep about things. So, yapping a bit, but it's good. I am yapping a bit. Now we get to co-main event time. Moises Aituma looks like a small heavyweight. Kind of like a lot of our prospects right now aren't the biggest heavyweights, right? You had Jared Anderson, who, had his misstep against Martin Bakole, got stopped. Richard Torres isn't that big. Daniel Dubois is big. He's just big enough, but, he wasn't a Wilder, Klitschko, Joshua, Fury size guy. He's about 6'4". And so here comes Moises Aituma to the ring. And I've heard good things about him. I've seen tape. I know he can fight. I know he's a legitimate prospect. But this is where I sink my teeth into what he can do as we do this round by round here. So Aituma coming into the ring, and we'll see what he's got here. So we'll see. Who is the Azo tribe that Usyk was repping? I know it's like, what's up, Tony Yayo? What's up, Raider Reaper? What's up, Joe Dirt? Angry Casual, everybody in the house, baby. We're missing a few regulars. I hope they make it in. We're missing Charles N and a few others. We hope they come in, but But yeah, we're seeing. I know he was standing up for those like ancient Cossack warriors, historic Cossack warriors. So no, that's one tribe. Um, so let's see. Mr. Quake talking about the African boxing style. Yeah, man, that Azuma Nelson explosive out of the high guard with the pull game where you're fighting in a high guard, but the high guard is deceptive. It's not like a static high guard. It's at any moment they're gonna pull counter out of it and shoot shots off of it, and that's really what typified the Azuma Nelson. What's up, Tim? My man Tim Bradley is here. It's official now. I started too late, Tim, but we in here, baby. The Desert Storm is here. Tim, every time I hear your nickname, I know you go back this far. DJ Clue, when he'd do songs, or Fabulous would do songs with DJ Clue, and he'd be like, DJ Clue, Desert Storm. Remember, Fabulous would always shout out Desert Storm. I can't help but think of that when I think of your nickname, Timmy. So, Tim's in the food truck listening. Tim should be commentating this fight, but it's on DAZN. It's on DAZN, so whatever. But I'll hold it down. Since the best in the biz ain't doing it, I'll hold it down. DAZN's missing out. They need that ESPN Plus commentary. So, Josh Clotty, yep, Mr. Quake, yep, just like Azuma Nelson, Josh Clotty with that kind of style. Sean Nelly asked, Sean, what do you make of the comparisons between Usyk and Muhammad Ali? Both light heavyweight gold medalists that went up, and there's a few other interesting resume items they both accomplished. Well, I mean, yeah, they're the same height, very similar in size, two extremely different styles. Usyk does his best work side to side, and then fighting downhill off those angles, off that lateral movement and feints and all that. Ali did his best work on the back foot. Actually, I think Ali would have beaten Usyk. I think Usyk, we know that educated pressure of Ken Norton and Joe Frazier gave Ali fits and knocked him off once or twice. So maybe I'm wrong again, but I think Ali would have been able to line up Usyk with his right hand, and would have had the back foot athleticism and know-how to keep up with all the different pivots and angles that Usyk does. But they're same size, two completely different styles, both all-time greats. And what I'm thankful to Usyk for is that he showed that Ali would still be great in today's division, because if he can get it done at the same size Ali was at, why couldn't Muhammad Ali get it done in today's era? A lot of us, sometimes I thought this, even though Ali's my GOAT at heavyweight, thought, you know what? I might be romanticizing the past a little bit. He might just not have been big enough to beat these big boys. But Usyk came around, beat Joshua and Fury, and showed, he still could have competed in any era, Ali. So, that's what I'm thankful for Usyk for. But Lil RPG said W, Bradley Glaze. I had to, man. It's my guy. Let's see. What's up, GDDD? Ituma. Ezio says, Ituma by violent knockout inside 6 rounds. We shall see. We shall see. We got almost 200 votes. Pretty close. 55% of people think Usyk's about to win this fight. So, yeah. All right. Both guys come to center of the ring. And this is a showcase for Ituma. This tells me the promoters involved in this bout have some serious high hopes on Ituma, because they made him the co-feature, which they know this is going to get a lot of eyeballs. So Ituma, whose body isn't in the craziest shape, not a chiseled physique by any means, not the biggest guy, let's see what he shows us, because he's got a big platform here to show that he might really be one of those next heavyweights. Let's take a look. Let's see what we get. So, how long until the fight? Asked Brad James. We're in co-main event time, so fight should be in the next 45 minutes to an hour. So here we go. Round 1, Ituma, southpaw, taking on McKean. McKean trying to fight tall early on, standing very upright, and Ituma wisely stabs to the body with that southpaw jab, with McKean standing very upright, extremely upright. Ituma feigning a little bit, giving some ground, backing off, moving to his left. Good jab and a left hand behind by Ituma. Good fast hands, good snap and sharp coming on his punches. And that's to be expected with a smaller heavyweight. He should be the quicker, sharper puncher. And good stuff there by Ituma to get started. McKean fighting on the front foot, but again, just standing extremely tall. Ituma feigning with his jab and then stabbing it to the body again. Very nice stab jab to the body early on by Ituma. Fighting with that lead southpaw hand low. Again, feigning like he's going to shoot it up top and stabbing it to the body. That's money in the first minute here against McKean. McKean goes southpaw. Jab to the body again by Ituma. Just take what the defense gives you early, and eventually that left hand over the top will be there for Ituma if McKean can't react. And there it is, left hand over the top. Down goes McKean in round one. That time Ituma disguising it, coming with the right hook as kind of a decoy, and he sits down on the looping left hand, and that drops McKean. You saw it coming. McKean backing straight up, jab to the body, backs him into the corner. He ties up, looping left hand, hits him on the side or on the back of the head. Legs aren't really there for McKean. Ituma back in the center of the ring, measures with the lead hand, feints the jab to the body, left hand up top, drops McKean. Beautiful straight left hand. That's probably all she wrote. And the corner stops it. That'll do it. First round knockout for Moses Ituma. We didn't learn... what we learned is that he's sharp. He's fast. He's got a good IQ. It would appear undersized heavyweight who can maybe make up for that with being sharp and precise and quicker, having more feints, all the shit that Usyk has to do. You got to have better feints. You got to have quicker hands. Your punches have to be sharp like how a middleweight or a welterweight throws it against these big boy heavyweights. I like what I saw from Ituma. McKean was a stiff. I mean that literally. He was standing straight up and stiff. Even I could see the openings that Ituma banked on just a second later. But good stuff. Frank Warren knows a good heavyweight when he sees one. And he put his boy as the co-main event. And he delivered with an A+. First round knockout. Did exactly what he probably hoped he would do. What Frank Warren hoped he would do. And showcase. That was very impressive. Considering the level of opponent and everything. Disregarding that. Not too familiar with McKean, but you could see the openings there. I loved the feint, the jab to the body, jab the body, jab the body. Okay, you're not reacting to that jab. You know who helped teach me that? He's in the chat. My man Tim. Tim used to tell me, I don't even know if Tim told me. It might have been during his commentary that when guys stop reacting to the jab to the body, that's a no-no. You're going to be in trouble if you start doing that. So Ituma, seeing that he wasn't reacting to the jab of the body, and then just when he's touching that body with the stab jab enough that now McKean is forced to react to it, now he's going to hit you with the left hand over the top. And yeah, that first knockdown, it was more of a clubbing shot on the side of the head, using a right hook to disguise it. Yeah, right hook, and then he clubs the left hand. He sweeps it a little bit. Hits him on the side of the head around the equilibrium. That put McKean down. But the next knockdown, and I'm waiting for the replay to show it, was absolutely beautiful. Let's take a look at that. Waiting for it to show. Jab to the body. Boom! Shortened up that left hand a little bit. Straight left hand on the money. McKean didn't see it coming because his eyes had to be brought down to respect that jab to the body. Left hand drops him. Beautiful stuff. Really more of a jab to the chest that set up that straight left hand. So I got a couple super chats from my man, Ishmael Bermudez. Thank you so much, man. Said, hey, Sean, I hope all is well. Thanks for commentating the fight. God bless you and your family. Ishmael, God bless you and your family too, man. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays if you celebrate a different holiday than Christmas. And super grateful for that. I'm going to need this money for Sonic 3 and popcorn tonight with the fam, and to pay for this pay-per-view. So thank you so much, sir, and really appreciate that. Lester Walnut says, thanks, Sean, for giving us truck drivers a ringside seat. Shout out to all the truckers listening while over the roads. I love that, man. That is the number one niche that makes me the most fulfilled doing these live chats is hard-working dudes at work. Are they busy? They're with their, maybe they can't watch the fight because they got work or they got other duties they got to handle. And I try to be as precise with the round by round so that you feel like you're not really missing anything. So that's music to my ears. Thank you, Lester Walnuts. Always been a big contributor. So thank you, my man. Sonic surpasses the MCU. What's up, Matthew2279? Matthew, he's not an easy follower. There's plenty of times Matthew doesn't really like what I'm saying. He's even saying he's kind of saying in so many words he'd rather watch Tim do commentary than me. But Matthew, at the same time, when he feels like I got a good take, he gives credit where credit's due. So shout out, Matthew. Happy to have you in the chat. Ezio says, I'm kind of disappointed, laughing my ass off. No, you wanted to see more. Give him Hrgovic next. Ooh, I don't know. Let's slow down on Ituma. He's got to develop some physicality. He's going to run into a heavyweight that's just too big with the way he's built right now. He's got that strength and conditioning. He's got to start training with the strength and conditioning of $1 million fighter now. Yeah, he's 19 years old, this kid. Kid, is there any way possible you could get down to cruiserweight? Cruiserweight is yours if you could squeeze down to cruiserweight and then make a move up to heavyweight. But look at Usyk. Usyk didn't grow into being a true heavyweight, and he's a little taller than Moses Ituma. I've been saying Moises. I keep thinking of like Moises Alou, the baseball player. Moses, like who gave us the commandments. Moses Ituma. Forgive me, chat. But I'm like, he's 19, man. There's no rush. There is no rush. He is 19. This kid needs to grow into his grown mode. Well, no wonder I'm noticing that his physicality in terms of his body is lacking. He's still a kid. He's a puppy. He's 19. Don't ruin him by rushing him too fast. This kid is, in terms of skills, from what I saw in that one round, he's got it. He's got skills. He's got speed, snap. So he showed some IQ, some good pop. Man, I'd be more apt to want to squeeze him down to cruiserweight than I would to match him up with top heavyweights right now at 19. That's just me. But he gets the thumbs up from me. He's legit. He's a legit prospect. If he were 6'4", 230 with the kind of skill set and potentially showing me, it'd be a wrap. He definitely would have next. But he's got an uphill climb in terms of the physicality of the heavyweight division. So he needs all his grown man strength he can get. Usyk didn't grow into being a full heavyweight until his mid to late 30s. So, and again, he's a little taller and bigger than Moses Ituma is. So, man, let's see. I got how much for that game behind you? The NFL Blitz cab. This stays. I love NFL Blitz. It was $500. I'm not proud to say that, but yeah, they overcharge the shit out of you for these arcade one-ups. Anyway, Matt Borgeson says, I like how he moves like Lomachenko. Give him Jared Anderson next. Man, Matt Borgeson, you guys, man, I get it. Sometimes when a guy tantalizes with the talent, you don't want to wait. I remember Benavidez covering him at 20 and 21, and I knew he wasn't ready. Don't get me wrong, but I couldn't help but think about him fighting Andre Ward or some of these guys. And you got to pump the brakes. You got to trust the process. I think Jared Anderson, even coming off a knockout loss to Bacoli, again, he's about 240 and 6'4". He's not the biggest heavyweight by any stretch, but he is a heavyweight. And he has a level of physics, and he's a grown-ass man. He's in his mid-20s. He's not a 19-year-old kid. So even with Anderson coming off the knockout loss to Bacoli, I think he'd be a little bit too much for Moses Ituma right now. Take your time. This kid looks legit, but no rush. He's not big, and he's super young. So Blitz over Street, bro. Oh, yeah, all day. All day. The original NFL Blitzes over NFL Street. NFL Street was dope, but NFL Blitz all day. What's good, Titus? Titus, bring it in, brother. Thank you, man. I'm happy that you're in the chat, brother. Thanks for coming in. Can we expect the ring walk in about 30 minutes? Yeah, about 30 minutes. We probably got some time to kill. Could talk some boxing. They got Sergio Mora, Kate Abdo, and Edward Hearn up there. Shout out to Sergio. Shout out to East LA's finest. Jamie says, you talk some crap, mate. Jamie, which crap? Let's have some fun. We got time to kill. Jamie says gay and that you talk some crap. Let's have at it. I got time. They're going to do a concert. Are they? Superstar Will. Pravin Modi. What's up, brother? Shout out to FH. They're doing their thing and will continue to do so. Any word on Boots Lopez, Marvelous? Marvelous, I heard Eddie Hearn has not been doing good PR by Boots Ennis. I feel like, yeah, he's not been doing good PR for Boots Ennis. He's he's not protecting Boots the way he protects Conor Benn. Conor Benn can fail a steroid test and not be allowed to fight in the United Kingdom, and Eddie Hearn will still look at you in your face and be like, he's done nothing wrong, and you know, take up for him. Jaron Ennis, on the other hand, he'll be like, yeah, he kind of ducked Virgil Ortiz. Yeah, I don't really think the welterweight unifications are that big, but if it's what he wants, it's what he wants. And yeah, Bob reached out to us about Tio, and he's not that interested in Tio. He told me to go after the unifications, and I'm like, this isn't exactly good PR work for your fighter. But I like the transparency, but I do note that, you know, he ain't like that with Conor Benn, but he's like that with Jaron Ennis. It's just something I note. At the end of the day, that falls on Jaron Ennis. Like, you know, you can't cry foul at being ducked by Bud Crawford. I cried foul for him. I asked Crawford why he didn't want to take the Ennis fight. I've talked about it on lives, on the Porter Way. And then for you to turn around and not take the Virgil Ortiz fight, it doesn't look, it's not a good look. And now Teofimo's calling you out, which I think isn't smart of Teofimo. At least Teofimo, when you call out a bigger man in Terrence Crawford, you know, at least first of all, he started at the same weight class you did. And that's not first of all. At least first of all, you're going to get a payday. You're going to get a big fat payday if you fight Crawford in some Riyadh season sponsored thing. You're going to get broken off. So even if he stops you and you know, you're going to get paid. And you could say, I lost to the best. I lost to arguably the best fighter of this generation, you know, easily top 3 to 5 fighter of this generation in Bud Crawford, first ballot Hall of Famer. Ennis is not a guaranteed big payday, and there's still that high chance that you're probably going to lose because he didn't start at 35 like Bud. He's a big-ass welterweight, and I don't care how, you know, vulnerable he looked against Chukajan. Tio is not really a welterweight. Tio is not one of these guys like Crawford or Keyshawn Davis or who has those exceptionally long arms that belie his lightweight junior welterweight frame. Those long arms, like Phil Jackson would talk about, one of the secret sauces to Michael Jordan was his big hands. That basically Phil said that's what Michael had over Kobe. He just had bigger hands. Those long arms, it's the same thing as like Jordan's big hands. Like, it's a physical genetic advantage that really allows you to do things that other fighters can't. And Tio doesn't have that. So it's not going to be as easy for Tio to move up weight classes like guys who are his size, but were blessed with long arms for their frame to do that. So I think Tio would get beat up by Ennis, maybe. He would lose to Ennis, in my opinion. And then it wouldn't even be for a big payday, and you can't even say you fought the pound-for-pound best or any of that. So, but despite all that, Ennis is reportedly turning it down. Even though, how are you going to make a unification with the PBC guys when you signed with Hearn? It sucks that boxing works that way, but you turn down Ortiz at 54. It's hard to make unifications at 47. Brian Norman, the only non-PBC welterweight champ, already turned you down. And so now you're going to turn down Tio, and Eddie Hearn's being your promoter's letting everybody know about this. It's not a good look. And yet, I'm still not selling my Ennis stock. I'm still holding on to it. Not selling it. You can't teach talent like Ennis has. I'm not selling that stock. I'm sorry. I'm not selling it. What happened? I got to visit the page again. Something. I'm trying to read a chat here, and my Computer bugged out on me for a second here. Give me 1 second, chat. And we'll get back to it. All right. I got a super chat from Milton Doby. Thank you so much, sir. It said, ladies and gentlemen, the great Sean Zittel. What's up? What's up, Milton Doby? Thank you so much for that. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Workmatic, one of LI's finest. And this is my life. It's De La Soul, for those of you that may know. Matt Borgeson said, or move Ituma to cruiserweight and give him Breedis. Even now, again, if you move him to cruiserweight, don't make the Opataya fight too quickly. Breedis again is strong at cruiserweight. Ituma just, there's no rush, man. I don't think you fight top 10 guys just yet. Cruiserweight, heavyweight, bridgerweight, any weight. He's 19. Abdullah Mason is 19. I think he may have just turned 20. He's as talented as there is. He just got dropped against a guy who's not close to the top 10 because he's still 19 years old, And I think even Breedis would be a little bit of a step too far right now. Breedis, again, has that grown man physicality. He's seasoned. He gave Opataya a tough fight last fight, even though Opataya clearly beat him. So, I don't think so. I think you got to wait until the kid is like 21 to match him with a guy for a title or so. At cruiserweight. Heavyweight, forget about it. At 21, he's still not physically going to be ready, bulked up enough for those guys. At cruiserweight, with his skill set that I saw, you could start thinking and flirting with fast-tracking him to a title belt. The right title belt, not Opataya. But even at cruiserweight, I think it's too soon to put him in with a Breedis. That's just me. But thank you. So let's see. I got a super chat. What's up, Eric Gomez? Salute to you too, my man. Got a super chat from my man, Superstar Will. Said, Zittel, please, bro, on God, sell out, bro. His Excellency is calling for you, like you said, man. Anakin Skywalker, the galaxy. I can't sell out to. Then I wouldn't be able to get on this live with 200 people in my basement and say crazy things. It's not worth. You got to weigh the pros and cons. Could I make $100,000 and people actually know who I am? Yeah, but then I couldn't be in the basement with you guys saying crazy shit. I can't afford that trade-off. Can't do it. So, Oh, got a super chat again from my man Matt Borgeson. Said, what about him versus Zerto? Zerto is still adjusting to cruiserweight. I think he definitely projects to beat a Zerto, but you're not going to hurt. Zerto has a great chin. So that's a tough Mexican guy. Zerto, yeah, he's coming up from 68 and 75, but he was a ginormous 68. So he's a cruiserweight. And Zerto is a crafty, seasoned guy who still got something in the tank. I still think right now Zerto would be too much for Ituma. From what I saw in one round today, does Ituma project as a guy that would beat Zerto at cruiserweight? Yeah. That time is not now. I feel bad, Matt Borgeson. I feel like one of these super chats you're dedicating to Ituma, I should just answer yes. Put him in there with that guy. I feel bad. I realistically, he's just not ready yet. He hasn't grown into his grown man strength. And these guys, Breedis, Zerto, these are legit professional grown-ass men who aren't shot. They still got something in the tank. And I think you're playing with too much fire, risking Ituma against these guys. He's got a very bright future, and he's a kid. He's 19. Nope. I'm not. My opinion, nope. Zerto versus Benavidez, Raider Reaper. I just think Benavidez is a better fighter than Zerto. And I think Benavidez will be a cruiserweight one day. Not now, though. He's still growing into heavyweight. By the way, I got a great Benavidez interview. You guys saw a small part of it yesterday. I dropped, because it was Fury Usyk time, so I dropped whatever comments he had on Fury Usyk. But I got a great interview I want you guys to be looking out for in the next couple days. I took a deep dive with David about the David Morrell fight, about his injuries heading into the Usyk fight, a deep dive into his thoughts on Canelo, or lack thereof, who he thinks wins Canelo versus Crawford, and he gave two very specific different kind of game plans he would need to beat Beterbiev and Bivol. He revealed, that he'd have to fight basically two different styles depending on which guy he'd fight. And I will say that's who he's targeting, is the winner of Beterbiev. Bivol says his focus has totally shifted away from Canelo at this point, and he's looking to fight the winner of Beterbiev and Bivol. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Matt Borges said, okay, what about Derek Chisora? Okay, he is kind of shot. So maybe because this is the most realistic one you've thrown my way, Matt. Because just for the simple fact that Chisora is basically shot, if not close to it. And respect to Chisora, old school heavyweight, old school like Ray Mercer. Like one of them guys back in the 90s who wasn't there with Lennox and wasn't there with Tyson and Foreman and Riddick and Holyfield. But them next layer of guys like Razor Ruddock or Ray Mercer, that was kind of this era's Derek Chisora. And so I really respect that about Derek Chisora. But even Derek Chisora is a big man. Derek Chisora is a big man. And is a strong guy. I mean, he's kind of shot, so this is the best one you've offered up just yet. I'd put him in there with a guy a little bit closer to the level of Chisora. See how he handles that. If he blows that level of fighter out, then Chisora might actually be a little realistic. Yeah, that's the best one you threw at me yet, Matt, for sure, so far. Raider Reaper says, Sean Zittel versus Max Kellerman. Who y'all got? I got Zittel by TKO in the 5th. Yeah, but see, we're talking about Max at about 50 years old. If we're talking about young New York City Max with the goatee and in shape, you'd probably have to favor Kellerman in that fight, But right now, yeah, I think I'm the favorite against Kellerman, but that's not really fair. Kellerman's older, and then Kellerman still might fuck me up. So I don't know. Let's see. Keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming. By the way, Benavidez Morel. I'll share my prediction for the first time here right now. Dun, 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 dun. I got Benavidez. I got Benavidez, but shocker, right? The David Benavidez, the David Benavidez fanboy has David Benavidez, but I got Benavidez. I think, look, they both have speed, power, skills, confidence. But Benavidez has one thing that Morel doesn't have, and that's experience. And what that experience is going to pay off for is savvy, craftiness. Morel, coming from the Cuban amateur system, remember, Benavidez wasn't a standout amateur. It's funny. Him and Canelo are these rivals, and they have similar journeys in boxing if you think about it. They both didn't start boxing at 5 or 6 or 7. They both didn't really get into the mix of it until they were 13, 14, 15. And they had a very limited amateur career. And they basically started fighting grown men as teenagers, as young teenagers. Not 19 like Moses Aituma, like 15, 14. And despite little amateur background, they were able to come out the gates flying as professionals. And they're similar in that regard. And so Morel, from that Cuban schooling, is actually in some ways more well-schooled than Benavidez in certain aspects, but he's not crafty yet. He's not savvy or experienced or seasoned yet. And being a little crafty, a little savvy, that's the stuff that is subtle, and it allows you to sneak in the kind of shot that the other guy doesn't quite see coming, and that's the punch that hurts you. So I expect Benavidez and Morel to have a pitched battle. I expect Morel to very much be in that fight. Morel's an extremely live dog. He could win this fight. He's very talented and skilled and has power and speed. But I think Benavidez has power and speed too. And between rounds 7 through 10 is when Benavidez finds the southpaw with something real good that Morrell doesn't quite see coming, as he has to navigate deep waters against a seasoned professional. And I think Benavidez takes him out in a hell of a fight between rounds 7 and 10. That's my Benavidez Morrell prediction. So now we get to main event time, and there's a guy playing drums. Fury and Usyk are set to make their ring walks. I'm extremely excited about this fight. Well, you know what? Let me. I'm excited about this fight. I want to see what we get. How can you not be undisputed? Well, Daniel Dubois has the IBF title, but for all intents and purposes, the heavyweight championship of the world is on the line in just a couple moments, and I can't wait. We do got to sit through a little bit of drumming, but yeah. So the drummer looks like Sean Porter's lost brother. Let me see. I see what you see, but I see what you see. It's the hairdo, and so Jay Wheeler, appreciate taking. Oh shit! We disconnecting here? We good? We good? Okay, we're good. We're good. We're all good. I thought I was disconnecting for a second. It had me worried. But yeah, basically, I think over the long run, staying true to myself and all that other gay stuff will pay off. I hope it better. So let's see. What great fights have you been to, Sean? And again, we're killing time before we get to main event time. We got a drummer showing out before we get to this main event fight. But ask, what great fights have I been to? Skipping a bit, I think I restabilized now. We should be good. Should be good now. But I think the two greatest fights in terms of action mixed with stakes and the level of both fighters were at was Marquez versus Pacquiao 4 and Fury versus Wilder 3. I think those are the two greatest fights I've probably covered and attended for sure. And I've been to a lot of them. So if it was in Las Vegas between the years 2005 and now, outside of Mayweather-Pacquiao, Mayweather-De La Hoya, I was probably there. So out of all those fights I've seen, I'd say Fury Wilder 3 and Marquez Pacquiao 4. So sound is cutting. Let me see. Let me check what's going on. Should be all right. How we looking? Good. Sound still cutting, or are we doing all right? The sound is on and off. Is it? What's going on? They trying to stop me? They trying to shut me down, chat? Let me see. Maybe I'll here. We got too much going at once. How are we looking, chat? It looks like when I'm checking my stream, it looks okay. Let me see. Still cutting out, or are we all right? Problem with the sound? I'm good right now? Okay, we're good. Jay Wheeler says we're good. It's the last thing we need. Sound isn't off. It's just between audio and video lag. Oh, so my mouth's not synced. Sounds great to me. All good. All right, all good, all good. Sweet. Cool. All right, cool. All right, can we watch boxing? Like drumming, drummers are cool, right? Shout out to Mitch Mitchell, John Bonham, but Questlove from the Roots. But, let's watch some boxing. Let's get it. All right. Go to work, do your job. Bad for a second, but good now. Got you, Teacher Lynn. All right, here we go. Lightning and fire up on the big screens in Riyadh. And a big palm tree, too. In the big palm tree. There's a lot of... Let me check. I just got to check something real quick, chat. I want to see your face painted black. All right, here we go. Got some Riyadh season promos. Both guys set to make the ring. It'll be Tyson Fury having to make his way to the ring tonight as the challenger. Two-time heavyweight champion. But believe he's won how many belts now? I think he's won 4. He's a 4-time. He's had because he's had the WBC, WBA, IBF, WBO. He won the IBF, WBA, WBO against Klitschko. Retired, lost those titles, came back and won the WBC against Deontay Wilder. Lost that title to Oleksandr Usyk. So he's held all 4 belts through 2 separate reigns, trying to join. And I know he already calls himself a 3-time heavyweight champion, I believe, but really in the history of the game, there's only been, I believe, 2 3-time heavyweight champions, Muhammad Ali and Evander Holyfield, and he will try to do that tonight. So we'll see. Anthony Joshua's been 2-time heavyweight champ. Klitschko, 2-time heavyweight champ. Fury, 2-time heavyweight champ. But only 2 3-time heavyweight champions, I believe, in the history of the sport, and that's Muhammad Ali and Evander Holyfield. So let's see what we get. Sound is still going in and out. Is it? Shit. I don't know why that is. Is that so? Here we go. Oh, Tim Bradley. Thank you, my man. Tim Bradley says, what's your take on the beard of Fury? Does it help with taking punches? Tim, I imagine it can't hurt. I mean, I think it's obviously if it wasn't an advantage, the commissions here in America wouldn't allow you to do it, and the WBC wouldn't have a rule outlining against it. So, clearly Fury has it for some kind of advantage, but I wouldn't be surprised if Oleksandr Usyk takes that as one more mental advantage. This guy is pulling out all the stops. He's putting on weight. He's got the promoters of the fight hoping he wins the fight. He's making excuses about why I beat him the first time. He's growing his beard out. I think Tim Usyk, you said he senses weakness. That might, even though his team did what they got to do, they fought to get that beard trimmed. They'd be remiss if they didn't. I think Usyk just looks at it as one more reason why I got to win this fight by knockout. And I think in Usyk's mind, he's thinking all the more reason why I'm stopping him tonight. All the more reason. He's got everything stacked in his favor, so I have to knock him out. That was my plan anyways, and this only incentivizes that plan further. And stacking the deck against me, it only reinforces my will. And it only makes me sense weakness from Tyson, that he thinks he needs a beard. In Usyk's mind, the beard doesn't matter. The beard doesn't matter. The better man's going to win. Beard or no beard, turkey's favor or no, extra weight or not. I was better than you the first time. I'm putting you away a second time. So that's how I think Tim. That's my assessment on it. Now, do I think it'll help Fury? Again, it has to, even if it's a small percentage of help, it has to in some way, or else it wouldn't have always been against the rules in the United States and with the WBC. Clearly that it's there for a reason. And Fury is trying to win this thing by hook or by crook. I think Fury's going to be allowed to do whatever he wants on the inside. Headlocks, leaning on him, holding and hitting. I think the judges are probably going to be scoring close rounds for him. They're letting him keep his beard. He's going to get away with murder on the inside. And I think Usyk is the kind of rare man and fighter who's going to find a way to turn that into a positive. Or maybe not. Or maybe he's human. And no matter how much mental, psychological will you have, those physical advantages Fury carries, 50 pounds, having the promotion on his side, having his beard, it's going to be too much for Usyk to overcome, who does not like it to the body. But we shall see. Last call again, I think Usyk wins this fight by stoppage, but Fury is coming to the ring, singing along to his entrance music, closing his eyes. I see an old man in Fury, but a man who is up for this fight as he walks to the ring. Fury has something left, and I think that the question is, can Usyk withstand what the big man, what the Gypsy King has left in the tank? I don't think Fury is coming into this fight shot. I think he's got a little something left in the tank, and through his championship balls and heart, mixed with whatever is left in the tank, he's going to try and give Usyk whatever he's got left. And again, I think if Usyk can weather that in this fight, and get to the other side of it, the tank will be empty for Fury at that point, and Usyk could get him out of there. But let's see. We'll see. Fury, just when you count Tyson Fury out, I counted him out against Deontay Wilder. I said he didn't look that great against Pianeta and Seferi. He's fat and soft, and he's jumping back in there with Wilder too soon. I was wrong. You know, special men, special athletes, special fighters, sometimes people like me can project their limitations onto them, only for them to prove you wrong and show you why they are special, apart from everybody else. But maybe that's what Fury has tonight. Bald head, walking in, got some swagger to him. Here comes Fury into the ring, singing his music, and the big man wearing a red robe with some gold trim, about to step through the ropes and try to become only the third three-time heavyweight, the real three-time heavyweight champion in boxing history, alongside Ali and Holyfield. Here's the big man, the fighting man, Tyson Fury. Let's see it. So let's see. Let's see what we got. All right. He came out to Biggie. What did he come out to? Juicy? I imagine he had to come out to Juicy, right? He came out to Juicy, but I gotta counterpunch his Biggie reference with my Biggie reference. Usyk's feints and his ability to fight clutch and turn up the volume as the fight goes on is unbelievable. So we'll see. Tim Bradley saying no crucifix in the corner. One more thing, Tim, that's what I mean. I suspect Usyk is internalizing all of that to summon a supernatural will. They'll let this man keep his fucking beard, but they won't even let me keep my cross for Jesus in the corner. Okay, we'll see about that. God is not to be played with. That's how I perceive and suspect what is going through is in Usyk's belly when they do that. It was hypnotized, so he went Conor McGregor on us. You know, he went hypnotized. I think Juicy would have been more inspirational, no? But that's okay. Came out to hypnotize, okay. But I'll say it again. Usyk's feints are unbelievable. But so we'll see. Here comes Usyk to the ring in like some ancient Ukrainian warrior garb. My man got the turban on. He got the crucifix around, and that is laser, dead-eye focus. And look at the youth in Usyk's face. Doesn't have the wear and tear from wars in the ring and not treating his body right outside of the ring. And I believe that's what that stuff accumulates and allows Usyk, a man who wouldn't have been big and strong enough to beat Fury a couple years ago, has tipped the scales in his favor in their matchups, both in May and tonight. And again, Usyk looks fresh in the face. Fury brought some swagger to the ring, but Usyk looks laser focused in his eyes, like he's an assassin out to finish a job. Usyk coming in with steel focus, got a good sweat worked up. George Foreman, I always got to reference that. Foreman hated it when fighters came into the ring cold, and Usyk got a great sweat worked up. Looks very ready to go against Tyson Fury. So let's see what we get. Sky is the limit. That would have been dope. I agree. So let's see. All right. I'm excited, man. Time to talk is over. Let's get it. Usyk kneels down, prays himself, and will have to remove that crucifix from his neck and from the ring. The Ring Magazine heavyweight champion, former undisputed heavyweight champion. Now he's the unified heavyweight champion. The man is the heavyweight champion of the world. He was the cruiserweight champion of the world. And if he beats a man who is 50 pounds heavier by decisive fashion, he remains in the eyes of many the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. And again, I say this all as a guy who hasn't always loved Usyk, hasn't always preferred his style, but he cannot be denied. And we'll see if he cannot be denied again here in Riyadh and Saudi against Tyson Fury. we'll see. This should be a hell of a fight. Hell yeah, Tim. That's music. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. Let's go. All right, now we got to get some national anthems in. All of you who know the national anthem of Saudi Arabia, sing along. I don't, but feel free to. You know, I know a lot of that Mexican anthem. Del Cañón. So here we go. My man's singing. We're on mute so we don't get copyright, but it looks like he's singing well. Is Loma at ringside? Good question. I haven't seen him on the broadcast. Paulie Walnuts Valenti says, I hope, and Paulie Walnuts, shout out to your awesome name. Sopranos is the greatest show ever. How is Fury's body looking? I'll let you know, Tim. They haven't taken the robes off just yet. They got robes on, and they're doing the Saudi national anthem. I'll let you know as soon as both fighters take that robe off. Tim noting there was no drug testing. Well, that could benefit both guys, right? So there's no drug testing for one guy. That means there's no drug testing for the. All I want is a level playing field. Chat. I don't give a shit. If you're not on it, I don't want him on it. But if he's on it, I want you on it. I know that's dirty, but it is what it is. I just hope that's the case. Level playing field. Fury shadow boxing, ripping some uppercuts in the corner, keeping that towel drenched over him along with the robe, so that again he keeps that sweat build up. Fury a little more dry though, despite the shadow boxing in the corner, compared to Usyk, who's got a good sweat already broken. So we'll see. Bakra Francis, it is a round by round, sir. We do not have television rights to the fight. And now I believe they're doing the United Kingdom anthem, Long Live the King. Fury, some good shadow boxing in the corner. And this is what Fury does for his best performances. He doesn't just stand idly in the corner. He continues to break that sweat, throw some good shots. Usyk is just standing stoically in the corner, looking serious as a heart attack. Fury trying to get that rhythm and that bounce going in the corner. And we got one more anthem, the anthem of Ukraine. So we shall see in just a minute how that 280-pound body of Fury looks. Very interested to see it in the dressing room, Tim. He looks soft and I mean, he always has those love handles in the back, but he looks soft in the dressing room. But let's see. The best his physique ever looked to my eyes was Wilder Part 2. He was solid. Yeah, he was still, a big boy, not having a six-pack or nothing like that, but solid. That man was solid that night, strong. And I haven't seen that Fury since. So very curious once the Ukraine wraps up his anthem, what we see from Tyson Fury. Tim Bradley in the chat saying Tyson will start faster. I expect the same thing. I expect Usyk to have to weather a storm from a man 50 pounds bigger than him who may be desperate early to make something happen. And Tyson Fury's path to victory in this fight is hurting Usyk probably to the body, could be to the head too, but probably to the body early, and sensing vulnerability from Usyk. And when a fighter or anybody is looking for confidence, looking to believe again, something like that could ignite that at a Fury. So if Fury could get fighting downhill, he hurts Usyk early, that could breathe life and energy into Fury that is desperately needed in this 12-round championship fight. So we shall see. Tim again reiterating that Fury will put Usyk on his back foot at the start. I expect the same. I expect Usyk to have to weather that storm and have to find the sharp punches to the body to slow that down and then earn Fury's respect on the inside and tame that beast a little bit. So we'll see. Both anthems are done. Michael Buffer got his custom suit on, ready to announce both guys. And again, let's see what the body looks like of Fury. Dr. Death saying, I hope Fury listens to Sugar Hill this time. I think that was an issue for him in the first fight. Too much input from his father. He needs to listen to Sugar Hill pretty much exclusively this time. Marvelous Herb said, I want a Hearns Hagler banger. That every promoter tries to sell their fight with Hagler Hearns, and it's always bullshit. There's a small chance that you might get some Hagler Hearns in 4 or 5 rounds between these two. If Fury comes out the way I think he might. It could happen. Tim Bradley saying the uppercut is coming from Fury. It is. That was the mid-round adjustment in fight number 1. Lead foot positioning. He flipped it on Usyk and started walking him into right uppercuts and sweeping right hands. But Usyk began to adjust the style and the trajectory of his upper body movement to adjust to the angle of those shots that Fury was sweeping with the right hand. So we'll see what happens. Jim the Boxing Life says Usyk in 8. Thank you for the super chat. Says Fury no longer the Fury that beat Wilder. I agree. Let's see. What's up, Boston's? My man Boston's in the chat. Fury looks ready to go, but Usyk looks more ready to go. That aura now. Fury takes off that shirt. Let's see. Let's see how he's looking. Still hasn't quite taken it off yet. Turkey Al-Sheikh, like, thank you for my props at ringside. All right. Michael Buffer, please announce Fury already so we can see what shape he's in for the fight. Still waiting. Fury didn't take that shirt off, still has it on. Pacing around the ring a little bit. In comparison to Usyk, looks a little more tight or nervous, you might say, but you know, all the armchair psychology goes out the window. Sugar Hill looks ready to go. Sugar Hill looks confident in his man in the corner. Fury shadow boxing, still loosening up as Michael Buffer finishes the pageantries. Let's see. All right. The fighters are ready. I took a big check from Riyadh season and I'm ready. Let's get ready to rumble. He's the GOAT though. I love Michael Buffer. Even though I miss him stateside, man. I feel like he hasn't announced a big fight in America in a minute. So, all right, ready to rumble. All right, introducing first, standing 6'9", weighing in at an official weight of 281 pounds. He is the 2-time heavyweight champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. Let's see. Fury, 31-1 with 1 draw, 24 knockouts. Again, in my opinion, a all-time great heavyweight, regardless of what happens tonight. Shadow boxing, shooting his uppercuts, getting some pep talk from Sugar Hill Stewart, looking ready to go. Let's see, super chat. Sean, get on the thrill of Fight 2 in VR. Haven't heard of it, Timothy Payne. Thank you for the super chat, brother. All right, so Fury's still not taking that shirt off. Already got his whole introduction. Is that a good sign, Tim? I don't know if that's a good sign, right? Usyk now getting his introduction, twirling his arm around, still got the crucifix around his neck, dead serious. Very focused, stoic man. 22-0, 14 knockouts. It's crazy to think of how much he's accomplished in 22 fights. I don't know if there's a fighter who's accomplished as much as he has in their first 22 fights as a professional. It's a different game now. Guys get fast-tracked from the amateurs, turn pro at a higher age when they're one of those decorated overseas amateurs, but still, 22 fights to accomplish what he's accomplished. Special. Usyk nodding his head. And a little bit of nerves from Usyk too. He's human, not a robot. As much as he tries to be cold and not be human almost at times, he's got to be feeling the nerves too, fighting this big man outweighing him by 50 pounds. And now Fury takes off the robe, Tim, and he looks fat. And he's got his cup pulled way up to disguise how much belly he's got. And this is nonsense and Fury giving Usyk the crazy eyes. Trying to give Usyk the crazy eyes, Usyk not biting on it, staring right through him. And now Fury starts talking to him at the face-off here, at the pre-fight instructions here at the center of the ring. Fury trying to talk to him, trying to give him the crazy eyes, but hard to make Usyk budge. And Fury with his cup pulled up beyond his belly button, egregiously, but has his gut hanging over that cup, looking soft, looking big. And they're going to let him have his beard. They're going to let him have his cup all the way up. And yep, and let's see if Fury can handle his business. Round 1, and we are off. Usyk, the smaller man, in better shape, feigning and bouncing around, using those feints, lands his first jab. Fury comes with a right hand to the body in return. Straight right hand to the body by Fury. Fury feinting with Usyk. Usyk starting on the front foot ever so slightly as both guys position in the center of the ring. Usyk stepping over to his right, trying to get lead foot positioning and get that lead foot to the outside of Fury's and shooting the jab. Now back comes Fury with the jab. Both guys fencing with the jab a little bit. Good jab by Fury with the longer jab. Nice jab to the stomach by Usyk. Both guys fencing and feigning. Jab by Fury gets in a little bit there. Usyk staying in front of Fury. Feinting a lot, but not giving ground to start. Jab is blocked by Usyk. Left hook off the jab for Fury. Touches Usyk up top a bit. Straight left hand to the chest falls short for Usyk in the center of the ring. Fury picking his hands up a little bit. Fencing away those lead hand feints of Usyk. Fury, both fighters in the center of the ring. Little jab to the body by Fury. Fury short with a right hand, trying to walk Usyk into it. Nice double jab by Fury. Keeps Usyk at bay at the end, using all of his length. Straight left hand to the body. Gets in nice for Usyk. Really between the solar plexus, right around the chest in the midsection. Fury stepping to Usyk a little bit, but Usyk fends him off with those feints and that lead hand fencing. Straight left hand to the body for Usyk and a jab to the body by Usyk, and he gets underneath the jab. Good head movement there. Fury coming forward a little bit. Usyk holding his ground. This fight is being fought at the center of the ring. Fury tries a jab to the body, and Usyk comes back with a 3 or 4 punch combination, touching the body and finishing up with a right hook. Made Fury back straight out a little bit, and he followed him out of that back door. Minute left in the first round of a competitive, very technical round. Usyk maybe landing a little bit harder to the body to start. Double jab by Fury. Usyk catching it on the high guard, moving his head side to side. Nice sweeping right hand to the body by Fury. Not a whole lot of power on it, but he touches Usyk's body with that shot. Gets his sweeping right hand up top, blocked by Usyk. Usyk stepping over to his right. Feints. Straight left hand to the chest. Fury tries to walk him into a sweeping right hand, falls a little short. Jabs to Usyk's body. Sweeps the right hand up top. Jabs up top. Usyk with solid defense there. Fury keeping Usyk off with the fencing of his own jab. Fury off with the jab. Usyk, feint. Can't get in range just off those two feints. Feints again. Falls a little short with the 1-2, but did cut the distance. Fury has to switch southpaw and clinch Usyk there. About 10 seconds left in this round. And it was a competitive round, the kind of round that was close enough that if they're looking to give it to Fury, they could give it to him. But realistically, on my card, best punches that round were from Usyk. Again, just like in round 1 of the last fight, that left hand around the chest and solar plexus, key for Usyk. And he was able, it was a lot of fencing in the center of the ring, but Usyk was the guy once or twice who was able to force, with a combination here or there, force Fury to back out in a straight line. And Usyk, maybe not super accurate with the combination, following Fury out of that back door. And in 1 or 2 sequences, I scored that round for Usyk. It wasn't a super convincing round that he can win without a shadow of a doubt if the judges are looking to favor Fury. 10-9 Usyk on my card. It was a close round. Let's take a look at the replay. Nice right hand to the body by Fury. Did get in as Usyk was trying to come in with the jab. And that's what they show on the slow-mo. Round 2, here we go. Center of the ring. Usyk bobbing up and down. Left hand lands for Usyk behind the jab. Usyk stepped in with a 1-2, got his head off the line, and landed that shot on Fury. Fury trying to measure, eats a jab to the body as Fury tries to stiff arm. And it's hard for the big man at 280 to compete with the feints and the fencing all night long. That's not how it's going to get it done for Fury. Fury's going to have to commit and find the mark with some heavy shots. Fury feigning with Usyk, though, sets up off his jab. Fury jabs again. Usyk catches it on the high guard, moves over to his right, stabs to the body accurately with his jab. Usyk bobbing the head left to right, right to left, staying in front of Fury. Straight left hand to the body by Usyk, gets in. Fury just off the mark with a counter left hook, trying to walk Usyk into it. Usyk again firing that straight left hand to the body and covering up so that he's not eating the counter coming in, reaching down to the stomach. Good level changes by Usyk, jabbing up top, moving his head, expecting something coming back, and shooting a straight left hand to the body. Usyk landing a jab to the body. Fury touching Usyk a little bit here and there, but not super accurate. Straight left hand to the body again by Usyk. That's been money for him. Jab to the body by Usyk. And DAZN gave that first round to Fury. I disagree, but again, it was a close round. Fury getting out feinted, giving a little bit of ground now. It's Usyk on the front foot like in fight number one. Right uppercut off the mark by Fury. Usyk jabbing that body twice, accurately, stabbing to the body with that southpaw jab. Fury trying to land his jab, shoots his jab again. Usyk with good defense up top. Good straight left hand to the body by Usyk, but a little left hook touches him, and that's an exchange that's happened 2 or 3 times in this round. Now Usyk steps in with the 1-2, and lands that jab to the body, covers up top, staying in the center of the ring, and it is Usyk on the front foot right now, a little bit more than Fury. Jab to the body again by Usyk. Usyk trying to target that body early and often. Fury tries to shoot a right hand over the top. Usyk gets the left hand up to block and pivots out to his right. Still in the center ring. Double, triple jab by Fury, keeping Usyk at bay. Jab to the body by Fury. Good work with the jab there. Not all of those landing, but keeping his distance, dictating distance in that sequence. Jab to the body, accurate for Usyk. And Usyk is stabbing with that jab to the body. Double jab, straight right hand by Fury. Back comes Usyk with a 1-2 of his own. Straight left hand to the body, gets in for Usyk. Again, following Fury when Fury gives ground and measuring him. Good right uppercut to the body by Fury, and that gives him a little smile. Fury used the jab. Double jab by Fury again. Another jab by Fury, keeping Usyk on the end of the shot. Nice right hand lands for Fury off the double jab. Back comes Usyk with a straight left hand to the body. Good feints by Usyk, and you don't know if all those stabs to the body are going to get enough credit from the judges from Usyk. Very good round again. I think Usyk won that round again. I'm not grading Fury on a curve because he's a slight underdog or doing. I still think Usyk's the more accurate guy to the midsection. I think he's the one backing Fury up in spots, not really the other way around just yet. So those were 2 competitive rounds that the judges may give the benefit of the doubt to Fury for, but I thought Usyk nicked both of them 2-zip. GDDD said, "Nah, Sean, you are tripping. It could be argued Fury won it." I know it could be argued, but I don't think he's landing the better shots. I think the most effective work in this fight so far done by either fighter has been the jab and the straight left hand to the midsection for Oleksandr Usyk. So Tim asking, is Fury moving to his left or to his right? I'll tell you in the next round, Timmy. All right, round 3 starts, and again, it's Fury being backed up ever so slightly. He's taking little steps back, steps forward behind his jab. Both fighters in the center of the ring. Jab gets in for Usyk off the feint. Usyk steps over to his right, and Fury's moving ever so slightly to his right, but not with that glide, not with the bicycle motion, just stepping over to the right a little bit. Straight left hand gets in for Usyk off the jab to the body. Usyk complaining about some of the back of the head, and Fury tries to take advantage of that and back Usyk up. Usyk for the first time really on the back foot for a sequence in this fight. Now he resets himself in the center of the ring. Usyk, Fury feigning, double jab by Fury, keeping Usyk at bay. 1-2 by Fury, blocked by Usyk. Usyk trying to step over to his right, get that lead foot positioning. He has it. Jab falls short for Usyk. Jab for Fury, double jab for Fury. Straight left hand to the chest by Usyk, shooting in between that double and triple jab of Fury. 1-2 by Usyk, almost splits the guard, not quite. Fury getting backed up a little slightly now, steps over to his right. Fury leads with a left hook, touches Usyk a little bit there, and circles to his left off of that hook. Good move there by Fury. Fury dropping that lead hand. Fury dropping that lead hand. Usyk backs him near the ropes and gets a little bit countered with a cuffing left hook, but landed his double jab, but got cuffed with a left hook. Gets in a little straight left hand there. Halfway through the round. Usyk missing with a sweeping left hand. Targets the body again with the jab. Both fighters in the center of the ring. Fury gets underneath a jab by Usyk and shoots that sweeping right hand to the body. Gets it in nice that time. Fury feinting. Staying in front of Usyk. Usyk backing him up a little bit. Double jab by Fury makes Usyk have to take a step back. Fury's back near the ropes. Touches to the body with his jab. Very technical stuff with the lead hand from both fighters right here. Usyk not on the mark with the left hand, trying to change levels, shoot the jab to the body and the left hand up top. Tries it again, but Fury is rolling the shot, not getting caught with that left hand up top right now. Very tense fight. Fury shoots his jab. Both guys touching with the jab. Straight left hand to the body again by Usyk. Fury trying to keep it bait. Nice jab to the body by Fury. Covers up. Switches southpaw now in the center of the ring. Fury looking for something that's in the southpaw stance. If he could shoot a right uppercut off the southpaw stance, it might be there. Sweeps the left hand a little too slow. Usyk gets underneath it, but then eats a lead left hook by Fury. Fury actually hooked off the jab that time. Decent round there by Fury. Usyk not able to land the straight left hands here and there, but not as often to the body, and wasn't really able to land anything up top. Solid round from Fury. I got a 29-28 for Usyk. I gave Fury that third round. And these are close rounds. Fury able to dictate the range that time and made Usyk have to reach, which he didn't have to do a lot of in the first fight. Fury made Usyk reach with a couple of left hands, giving Usyk some frustration maybe. So I got 29-28 for Usyk right now. MAW, thank you for the super chat. Says, great commentary as always, Sean. Salute. I got Usyk to win by decision. On the slow-mo, Fury pivoted out to his right. Lands a little right hand. But actually, Fury got hit with the right hand. In real time, it looked like Fury pivoted out and landed a right hook to the body. But actually, he only grazed with it, and Usyk landed a sharp, lead hand, kind of a jab, but thrown more like a power shot in that sequence. But I got a 2-1 for Usyk. Here we go, round 4. Usyk, again, trying to have control in the center of the ring with positioning. Be the guy a little bit on the front foot. 2 left hands to the stomach for Usyk. Really high up, though, closer to the chest for Usyk. That's been his best punch so far. Hasn't been able to hit Fury up top too cleanly at all. Fury, again, covering up well with the left hand over the top, but Usyk covering up well in return when Fury fires up top. Usyk stepping out to his right, feigning. Fury reaches with a left hook to the body, and Usyk makes him fall short. Usyk steps in with that straight left hand to the chest again. Double jab by Fury, but Usyk smothers the jab and fires to the body with 2 or 3 shots, straight line shots, 1-2s. Fury shoots a jab and a sweeping right hand. Not enough hand speed to catch Usyk with those sweeping shots right now. Usyk able to duck underneath. Usyk getting lead foot positioning, tries to shoot to the chest again. Double jab by Usyk. Back comes Fury with the jab, but Usyk is getting lead foot positioning right now. Feigning. Straight left hand to the chest gets blocked. Tries to sweep the left hand. Both fighters making each other miss a lot. Not a lot. Now a left hand does get in for Usyk. It shoots it over the top of the shoulder roll of Fury. That's the first clean left hand. A jab to the body and a sweeping left hand up top now for Usyk. That was his best left hand of the fight so far. Fury comes back with his jab, but gets it blocked by Usyk. Trying to set up a hook off the jab. Usyk steps out of range and now resets in front of him. Tries to get to the outside of that lead foot again. Steps over to his left. Gives up lead foot positioning. Double jab by Fury. Usyk keeping the hands up to block. Now Usyk goes to his right. Goes to his left. Shakes his head left to right. Shoots the straight left hand up top. It falls short. Fury can't make him pay for it. Combination now from Usyk in mid-range. Touching the body but can't land up top against the big man. 1-2 for Fury. Gets in a little bit. Gets a little reaction out of Usyk's legs. Didn't land the right hand clean, but just the force of a 280-pound man. Good head movement by Usyk. Sweeping, nice, accurate right hand by Fury, but Usyk had his head alert and made a miss. Made a miss by just an inch there. Good head movement. 30 seconds left in this round. This is a Usyk round, but these are competitive rounds. Usyk stabs to the body with the jab, tries to get back to the outside of the lead foot. 1-2 by Fury, smothered by the high guard. Straight left hand to the body by Usyk, grazing a little bit. Fury is the guy, more on the back foot once again, like in fight number 1. 10 seconds left. Fury comes to the center of the ring behind his jab. Jabs again. Good high guard by Usyk, catching that. And that does it for round 4. I got it 39-37 Usyk. That's my card. I think that was a Usyk round. So we shall see. Tim Bradley says, stamina on Fury. Does he look comfortable? There was a moment earlier in that 4th round where it looked like he sweeped the right hand, Tim, and it looked like a little steam was already out a little bit, but Fury isn't winded yet. He's not there yet, but he has taken some straight left hands to the body in this fight, and there was that one, and there it is. That straight left hand landed up top, over the top of the shoulder of Fury here on the slow-mo replay. It was like a jab to the body or the chest, and then a second time again by Usyk. He followed it up again with the level change. Jab to the body, swept the left hand up top, and caught Fury again. Raider Reaper got it 3-1 for Fury. Some of the chat thought Fury won that round. I don't know how you guys scored that last round for Fury when he got hit with 2 clean left hands and is giving up center ground positioning, but that's just me. All right, on to the 5th we go. Usyk tries to lead with a right hook, and Fury ties him up. Another lead right hook by Usyk. So now Usyk, who does his best work with the jab and the straight left hand, Fury leaning on Usyk and trying to hit him to the back of to the side of the head. Usyk, always good at milking it to the ref, complains it was to the back of the head. It was to the side of the head. Fury with a sweeping right hand misses the mark, but switches southpaw and jabs off that position, but Usyk gets to the body with a jab and a right hook. Usyk fires up top. Fury blocks those shots up top. Straight left hand by Usyk. Steps over to his right. Blocked by Fury. Double jab by Fury. Back comes Usyk. Makes him fall short with a left hook to the body. Jab by Usyk. Stepping over to his right. Fury bouncing up and down. Looks like he wants to try to fight a little down. Big left uppercut by Tyson Fury. Beautifully snuck it in there. Beautiful shot by Fury, but Usyk ate it. Usyk ate it fine, but that was a sneaky left uppercut by Tyson Fury. Just now, Usyk shook his head and smiled, and now Fury advances on Usyk for one of the first times, puts him against the ropes, and forces Usyk to tie up. It was a good left uppercut by Fury. Usyk stepping over to his right. Fury finally fighting downhill. Leads with 2 left hooks. Usyk blocking them up top. Usyk comes back with his jab. 2 left hands to the body by Usyk and a combination up top by Usyk. A short right hook and a left hand partially landing. Good defense by Fury. A hook off the jab by Fury. Usyk catches it on the right glove. Usyk eats a jab. Steps over to his right to get his head off the line from the right hand. Fury coming forward now. Usyk feigning. Fury staying in front. Good body shot by Tyson Fury. Beautiful body shot. Usyk didn't like that. The double jab set up the sweeping right hook to the body. Almost a right uppercut to the body by Fury. And Usyk didn't like that. Usyk takes it though and resets his work. This is Fury's best round so far. Fury, 1-2 by Fury. Splits the high guard a bit. Just with the force of the right hand down the middle. Back comes Usyk with his patented feints. Trying to take a play back. Double jab by Fury. They trade. Sweeping right hand to the body by Fury. Right hook up top by Usyk. Usyk touches the body and goes back to his jab in the center of the ring. Straight left hand, right uppercut by Usyk. Fury doing a good job catching those shots. Double jab by Fury. 2 hard body shots by Fury. A left hook and a right hook, but Usyk smiles and comes back with a good combination, does Usyk. Mixed in the uppercut with some 1-2s up top. This is Fury's round, but Usyk, another little touch right hand to the body by Fury, but Usyk is taking these shots well. And a nice left hand back by Usyk, and now the fight is breaking out. The fight is breaking out. Fury's best round, but Usyk took the shots well. Better than I thought he would. I have it 3-2 for Usyk. I gave him rounds 1, 2, and 4, and I've given Fury 3 and 5. So 48-47 for Oleksandr Usyk. That was Fury's best round. Let's see if Usyk, who's always really good at answering the call, finding another gear to stop the momentum and bring the momentum back his way. It's one of the things he's best at. Let's see if he comes out with that in round 6. That's one of the best rounds Fury's ever had against Oleksandr Usyk. And Usyk still landed good shots in the 5th round. Here on the slow-mo, he landed a little short lead right hook. Fury, beautiful right uppercut to that body. Swept that right underneath. And Oscar De La Hoya asking for more jabs from Tyson Fury at ringside. So yep, 3 rounds to 2. Could probably be 48-47 either way right now through 5. But the real fight is just about to break out. Usyk starts the round well, shooting a straight left hand to the body and a combination up top. Usyk looks like he wants that distance to cut a little bit. Wants to fight a little closer, but doesn't want to rush it. Stepping over to his right is Usyk. Fury staying in front. Popping that up jab from the hip. Another up jab from the hip from Fury. Double jab from Usyk. Back comes Fury with the jab. In the center of the ring, both fighters. Fury taking is a little bit more on the front foot right now, but not really. Both guys are holding their ground in the center. 1-2 from Fury. Usyk catches it up top. Usyk just off the mark with a sweeping left hand up top. Good defense from Fury, rolling the shots, leaving the right glove up to catch. DAZN has it 3-2 for Fury. Both guys, again, feigning in that center of the ring. Good left hook by Fury, catches Usyk in between shots. Not a lot of power on that hook, more of a slapping hook, but able to, both guys opening it up a little bit, and Fury found the mark with a little left hook. Usyk falling short with a right hook, left hand up top. Fury making him fall short more in this fight than he did in fight 1. Good 1-2 down the pipe by Tyson Fury, keeping Usyk at arm's length and landed that straight right hand in the center of the ring. Fury double jab to the arm of Usyk just to keep bay. Now Usyk feints and sets up that jab to the body, but he's got a tougher riddle to solve right now than in fight 1. Fury is fighting very intelligent and determined and is in this fight for sure. Straight left hand falls a little short from Usyk. Fury rolls the right hook behind it. Close round right now. Usyk steps in with a good combination. Touched the body with a jab, and he was able to sweep some of his shots around the good guard and defense of Fury. Those weren't clean shots, but partial blows that some of them snuck in a little bit. Fury not throwing a lot of punches in this last 30-40 seconds. Now a little short right hand by Fury comes back. Fury, that pace, tough for the 280-pounder to deal with it. 1-2 by Fury again. Usyk steps off to the right. Usyk comes back with a good combination. Usyk looking a little tired on that combination. Both guys pushing each other to their limits intellectually as fighters and physically. Mentally and physically. Big left hand lands from Usyk, and Fury got shook up by that. That was a good jab to set up a straight left hand up top, and it knocked Fury loose a little bit there. Fury, good poker face, not letting Usyk press his advantage after that, but that was a round-winning punch and another combination by Usyk backs Fury up. Right hook, left hand down the pipe, and that left hand found the mark. That was a big moment for Usyk when it looked like Fury was really starting to not take control, but was really giving him fits. And that was a huge left hand by Usyk. That won him the round, in my opinion. 58-56, Oleksandr Usyk. Could be even, but honestly, on my card, 4 rounds to 2 for Usyk. I've given him 1, 2, 4, and 6. I've given Fury rounds 3 and 5. I got a FaceTime from my man Sean. Hold on. Sean, we're doing a live round by round, brother.
I can't see the fight. Put your phone on it.
That's kind of hard
Do you need your phone?
Yeah, no, I don't need the phone. It's just I don't have any way to like hold it while I'm doing the round by round. Tune into the round by round. I got you. Usyk just landed a big left hand. It's a chess match. Fury's holding his own good. I got it 4-2 Usyk, but it could easily be 3-3.
It's 6 rounds in already?
Yeah, we're in the 7th, man. All right. Back to the fight. Straight left hand to the body by Usyk. You want cool if I let you go, bro? I'm sorry. Okay, all right. Straight left hand to the body by Usyk. Here we go. Got my man Sean Porter. I gotta help my bro. Do you see it, Sean?
Yeah, I see it.
All right.
He's more aggressive this second fight, though, right?
Fury? Slightly, but not night and day. You know,
Not overly.
Usyk's still been a little bit more on the front foot than the other way around. But a lot of the fight has been fought at the center of the ring.
Yeah, I'm looking at this right now.
Yep, this is how most of the fight has gone. And now Fury taking a little step forward, but Usyk regains that ground. Left hand on the inside by Usyk. Fury able to gauge that distance well behind a little touch jab. Fury coming forward, trying to hook off the jab. Usyk defensively responsible, stepping over to his right. Both guys in the center of the ring. Usyk using those feints, trying to set something up. Jabs to the body. Straight left hand to the body by Usyk off the feints. He feints some more. Catches the jab on the high guard by Fury. Straight left hand off the mark for Usyk that time. Fury trying to keep him at bay with the jab, but Usyk bobbing his head left to right, left to right. Straight left hand to the chest again for Usyk lands. Can Fury keep up with this pace?
I'm wondering what was preventing Tyson from throwing more punches.
Stamina?
It's like he's waiting.
280 pounds? No, good right hand down the pipe by Fury. Splitting the high guard a little bit there of Usyk and touching with the jab, but back comes Usyk. Backing Fury up near the corner now. Usyk feints. Short with a lead right hook. Short with a left hand, but back on his jab. Keeping Tyson cornered. Tyson gets out of that corner with his own jab. Jabs against that high guard of Fury. Or against Usyk. Usyk resets back in the center of the ring. Minute left in the 7th round. Usyk steps out of range to make Fury fall short with the jab. Steps over to his right a little bit. Big left hand lands for Usyk. Fury able to roll some of the steam off of it, but that level change is paying dividends for Usyk. Jabbing to the stomach or the chest and shooting the left hand up top. Good jab by Fury, but Usyk follows him out with a left hand to the body. Another straight left hand to the body by Oleksandr Usyk.
That's like elementary, but he can pull that off.
Yep.
He's quick enough, explosive enough, and just big enough to be able to get down.
Just big enough.
Damn, wow.
An inch shorter, and that ain't landing. But,
yeah.
All right, feint, and now Usyk on the front foot, backing Fury up. Fury buying time, gives half of his body for a second. Right hook, left hand, and Usyk starting to smell the same part of the fight where he took over last time. I think that was a Usyk round. He controlled the pace, he controlled the real estate a little bit more, and that left hand to the body is money. I gave that round to Usyk. A lot of people, I think,
super close round.
It was a close round, but what did Fury actually do to win it?
Yeah, what if it...
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's close. So because it's close, I'm supposed to think maybe you won it? No, you didn't really do anything. Usyk didn't do a whole lot more. He didn't dominate you, but he's touching you with the straight left hand to the body. That's something.
Call you right back.
All right, brother. All right. Well, straight right hand did get in for Fury there in that slow-mo. Yep, there's that straight right hand down the pipe. All right, this should help a little bit. But that straight left hand, Fury rolled it a little bit there. So to give Fury credit, and these are close rounds, you know, this is probably 4-3. Jab to the body by Usyk, sets up a straight left hand up top. Fury doing a great job rolling a lot of these shots. Fury, jab to the body by Usyk. The jab to the body and the straight left hand to the body have been money for Usyk, but he hasn't been able to land as consistently up top, though he has landed some left hands up top too in this fight. Usyk backing Fury up a little bit. Fury resets in the center of the ring, feints and shoots his jab. Usyk does his feints, bobs his head side to side, 1-2, fires it, backs Fury up with that shot. Jab lands for Usyk. He caught Fury's jab and came back quickly with his own jab. Right uppercut for Fury. Splits the high guard. Good shot by Tyson Fury. Jab to the body and a sweeping left hand by Usyk. Both blocked by Fury. Fury's going to need more of that work. More of those right hands. Let's see. Usyk backing Fury straight up, but falling short with his shots. Pushes Fury into the corner. Fury very game. They both touch the body a little bit as Tyson closes the distance, but Tyson is getting backed up by Usyk. His back is touching the ropes a little bit more now as this fight goes on. Little body work by Usyk, but they clash heads. Both guys looking at their head to see if they were cut. Referee resumes the action halfway through the 8th round. Straight left hand to the body by Usyk. Works it behind that jab and just places it there. Jab falls short for Usyk. Fury steps into the center of the ring, shoots a 1-2, but Usyk gets to that body and throws a little short left uppercut, and DAZN now has Usyk up 4-3 in this fight on their official card. And that's a straight left hand to the body by Usyk, a jab to the body, and a sweeping left hand up top. Fury's back touches the ropes. He shoots a right hand to the body, but Usyk getting off 2-1 and backing his man up on the ropes. Minute left in the 8th round. 1-2 for Usyk and a right hook. Fury catching and rolling the shots, and then tries to smother Usyk, kind of hold him with the left and sweep a right hand to the body. But Fury beginning to look a little arm weary, not as sharp with the steam on his punches as Usyk, but still dangerous. Jab by Fury. Left hook by Fury. Sweeping left hook, right hand. Usyk laughs at him and says, "Come on, come on." Straight left hand to the body by Usyk. Nice clean jab, knocks Fury's head up in the center of the ring. 25 seconds left. Usyk feints. Fury's back near the ropes. Straight left hand lands for Usyk as Fury pulls straight back a little bit, taking some of the steam off, but he still ate some of that shot. Nice left hook to the body by Fury, and he ties Usyk up. Nice left hook to the body by Fury there, but it's few and far between. Usyk is controlling this fight right now. He's not dominating Fury, but straight left hand to the body, another straight left hand to the body by Usyk, and that's a Usyk round. I have this fight either 5-3 or 6-2 Usyk. I'm not getting caught up in the fact that these are close rounds. Somebody is winning them and somebody is not. And ever so slightly, even though little straight left hands to the body, they're not the sexiest thing in the world. And even though Fury did get in a right uppercut, got in a left hook to the body, he's getting some work done, but the consistent work is Oleksandr Usyk in this fight right now. And that right uppercut got smothered by the gloves a little bit on the slow-mo. It got in, but not with full impact. It didn't really fully split the high guard. And the more head snappers are coming from Oleksandr Usyk. So I got this either 77-75 or 78-74 Oleksandr Usyk, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Saudi judges actually have Fury ahead. But that's how I'm scoring this fight to my eyes. Ishmael Bermudez says, shout out to Sean Porter and Tim Bradley. Thank you for all those great fights. Oh, thank you. I'm sure they love it. So jab to the body by Usyk to start round 9. This is where he dropped Fury. Good left hand and right hand to the body by Usyk. Holding his ground, getting underneath the taller man's shots and knifing a couple to the body. And that's an adjustment by Usyk. Usyk not known as an inside fighter. Fury off the mark with the right uppercut and a straight right hand. Usyk placing the straight left hand to the body, making some of those shots graze off by Fury. Fury just off the mark with the right uppercut. Might have grazed Usyk a little bit. Fury trying to set something up. Straight right hand gets blocked by Usyk. Back comes Usyk with a counter. And again, it's been hard for both of these guys to find each other clean. Some swelling around the left eye of Usyk and some swelling around the left eye of Fury. Good right uppercut to the body by Fury. And he ties Usyk up to lean on him right after that. It was a little touch jab and a right uppercut to the body by Fury. 2 hard body shots by Tyson Fury in the center of the ring. Back comes Usyk with a straight left hand up top, but that's good body work by Fury. 1-2 by Fury. Gets caught on the high guard by Usyk. Fury with some good body work this round. Double jab, but back comes Usyk on the inside. Little short left hands to the body and a left hand up top. A jab to the body. Jab up top by Usyk. You know he wants to answer those body shots by Fury from earlier. Fury stepping off to his right. Fencing with that jab. Popping that up jab up. It's landing on the high. Oh, right uppercut gets blocked by Usyk. DAZN now has Usyk up 5-3. Right uppercut by Fury. Doesn't bust through that high guard, but it leaves a little impact. And then he leans on Usyk some more. Fury having a decent round. 1-2 by Fury. Usyk catches it on the high guard. He lands his jab. But when the good jab again by Usyk. Minute left in the 9th. Minute left in the 9th. Fury bouncing up, getting backed up. Just a little bit straight right hand by Fury. And that allows him to exit out to his right in the center of the ring. Little straight left hand to the body by Usyk. But not huge impact on that one. Good body shots by Usyk. And he comes up top after shooting 2 or 3 body shots with a straight left hand up top. Right uppercut to the body by Fury. Near the belt line, Usyk pivots out of the clinch and misses with a right hook. Good competitive round. Usyk has still gotten some good work done this round to the body, but he can't land 1-to-1 because that's where Fury has the advantage, punching with 50 pounds more weight. Jab and a left hand to the body for Usyk. Another straight left hand to the body to the Usyk. Has Fury backing up a little bit. Straight left hand lands for Usyk, trying to close this round strong in the last 10. Usyk makes Fury miss with a big right uppercut in the center of the ring. Falls short with his left hand. And that was honestly a close round. I mean, I feel like Fury's going to get it because people are looking to give him these close rounds. That was a close round. He landed 2 good body shots. It was a close round. I'll go ahead and give it to Fury, but I don't know. I don't think he's the more consistent fighter. I don't think he's controlling the pace or the real estate, the distance the fight's being fought at. Let's take a look here on the replay. It was actually a right uppercut to the cup, like to the belt line. It didn't actually hit flesh. Kind of that Daniel Dubois shot. Z says, Sean, you're so biased tonight. I'm just calling what I see, man. Here on the slow-mo, they show a straight left hand landing for Usyk that knocks the head around a little bit. Here's another slow-mo. Yep, a straight left hand that knocks the sweat off of Tyson Fury's head. Someone said, come on, Sean, give him credit. I'm giving him credit. He's landing some body shots. He's in the fight, but that doesn't mean he's winning it. So here we are in the 10th. And let's see what's going down. Usyk jabbing to the body. Right uppercut by Fury, gets in there a little bit. Usyk covering up, but still just the force of Fury's weight on his shots means even when Usyk covers it up, it's going to physically move him a little bit. Good little moment there for Fury again. Fury now fighting on the front foot a little bit. Usyk trying to bounce a little bit to his right. Straight right hand by Fury. Jab by Fury. Usyk getting his head off the line. But Fury saved something for these rounds. He's got something in these championship rounds, and he hasn't been hurt like he was in the first fight. It's a closer fight right now in the 10th. And he has made Usyk have to reach more than he likes to. Hasn't been the explosive fight we thought it was. It's been a very much a chess match. DAZN has it 5-4 for Oleksandr Usyk. I have the same card or 6-3 Usyk. So either 87-84 or 86-85 for Usyk. Usyk steps over to his right. Right uppercut to the body by Fury. Fury now tries to shoot that right uppercut again and leans on Usyk onto the ropes. And Usyk looks a little tired, takes a deep breath. Both guys a little tired. Fury, though, looks focused and locked in. Usyk makes him reach with a right uppercut, comes back with a short right hook left hand, touches him with the jab, steps over to his right. Fury smothers his own right uppercut and leans on Usyk. Usyk trying to shove him off with 1:20 left in the 10th. And this is tense right now. The fight's on the table. Jab to the body by Usyk. Out of that, when they get a little separation, left hook to the body by Fury, and he leans on Usyk some more. Not a lot of steam in that left hook. Minute left. It's anybody's round. Little body shots on the inside by Usyk. Little short left hook on the inside by Fury, and he touches with a right hand to the body. Back comes Usyk on the inside with little shots. And they're fighting on the inside. Usyk off with a left hand. Left uppercut by Fury. Nice jab. Pops up the head of Fury from Usyk. Very even round right now. Fury using that weight and leaning on Usyk as much as he can. Back in the center ring. Straight left hand lands for Usyk over the top of the jab of Fury. That's the clean left hand that both guys are struggling to land clean punches. That was a clean left hand by Usyk. Usyk smothers the right uppercut. Touches Fury a little bit on the inside after smothering that shot. 1-2 to the body by Usyk. Jab lands up top by Usyk as Fury tries to pivot to his right and land a right uppercut. Fury lands a jab. Fury touches with the right uppercut. Usyk, though, comes back with combination and punctuates it with a right hook up top. And again, Usyk in a close round, closing a little bit stronger than Tyson Fury did. And Fury goes, back to his corner a little bit like, damn, I might have let that one go. That round right there, chat, was the story of the fight. It's close, it's nip and tuck, but one guy to my eyes is a little more consistent. is able to fight a little bit more downhill and is landing a little bit more consistently than the other guy. Fury doesn't have to land punch for punch because there's more force on his shots. But I think Usyk is not as in control of this fight for sure at this point than he was in the first fight, but I still think he's winning. I still think he's getting the better of it. So it's close, you know. I got it 6-4 or 7-3 Usyk, and in some close rounds, but rounds that I think more times than Fury, he's the more consistent fighter. So let's see. Jab to the body by Usyk to start the round. Fury trying to walk him into that right hand. 10 seconds into the 11th now. Straight left hand to the body by Usyk. A little jab to the body by Usyk. Fury missing with the left hook, tries to sweep the right uppercut to the body underneath it. Back comes Usyk touching that body with those straight line shots. They're not concussive blows. It's not anything that's going to stop Fury to the body, but it's accurate work to the midsection. And that's what will win this fight for Usyk if he does win, is really the body work that he was able to pencil in here and there throughout the fight when it was a chess match. Jab up top by Fury. Left hook, trying to hook off of it, falling a little short. Jab right uppercut by Fury, but Usyk making a miss and touching that body. Jab to the body, two little short straight left hands in close, and they reset back in the center of the ring. Fury getting his jab blocked, getting backed up just a little bit. Fury bouncing up and down. Usyk feints his way in, smothers the right uppercut, and then catches that right uppercut and flurries to the body. Straight left hand to the body by Usyk. Jab up top by Usyk. Usyk having a good 11th round here. Getting a little bit of separation with his work. Again, not dominating, but good combination up top by Usyk. Timing Fury's smother. Fury trying to smother him halfway through the 11th, and Usyk taking something off his punches now. That's the adjustment Usyk has done a little bit these last couple rounds, is when Fury tries to fight downhill, he takes a little something off his shots just to let them go in combination and touch Fury. Good jab lands for Usyk and a left hand up top. Fury trying to sweep those uppercuts, but Usyk able to punch in between them. DAZN has this fight even. Straight left hand lands for Usyk and bops Fury's head up, knocks his head up near the ropes. Minute left in the 11th, and this is a good round for Usyk. They trade jabs. Fury fighting southpaw. Nice jab by Fury and two body shots. Usyk complaining that they're a little low, but that was good body work by Fury with the two-piece to the body. 45 seconds left in this round. Left hand lands again a little bit up top. Good combination by Usyk. Flurries to the body and punctuates with a straight left hand up top. Pops Fury's head up with a jab. Usyk having one of his better rounds tonight. 30 seconds left in the 11th. Straight left hand, touches for Usyk again. He's starting to punch in between Fury's shots. Fury's shots a little fatter. Nice right uppercut by Fury that time, though. That time that right uppercut did get in. 10 seconds left. 1-2 lands for Usyk and backs Fury out. Fury got his head bopped up a half dozen to a dozen times that round. That was definitely Usyk's round. Oh, right uppercut by Fury near the end of the round. Walked Usyk into it, and Usyk, I don't think, liked that sweeping right hand. Didn't have him in trouble. That was a good sweeping right hand at the bell for Fury, but not enough to offset a lot of the clean shots that round for Usyk. I got this fight 7-4 for Usyk. I think Fury on my card needs a knockdown or two to win this fight. So, yeah, Usyk's more consistent. Yep. So, I got this 7-4 for Usyk, which would make it 106-103. And on the slow-mos, they're showing the left hands that knocked Fury's head up. Again, I think Fury a couple years ago would have had enough to take care of Usyk, but, he's been in a lot of wars. He's fought a very determined fight. He's fought a good fight tonight. The guy's combination by Usyk made Fury reach with the jab and then shot two body shots and finished with the straight left hand up top. Here we go, 12th round. And being that there's a lot of A-side treatment Fury's been receiving, Usyk is going to want to close this strong. He starts to the body. Usyk feigning, jabs to Fury's body. Let's see if these guys let it all hang out. Sweeping right hand to the body by Fury. Back comes Usyk on his jab. Fury misses with the jab. Usyk pivoting out to his right. Little short counter right hook by Usyk against Fury. As Fury was trying to come in with the jab, Usyk turned off. Nice jab, straight left hand by Usyk. Fury looks down at the ground. He did that a few times when he was in trouble in fight number 1. Fury misses with that jab. Both guys in the center of the ring. Usyk with a little advantage early, takes a step back, lands his jab, walks Fury into a little bit of a combination. Good judge of distance there by Usyk. Fury on the back foot in the southpaw stance, flicking out that southpaw up jab, and he ties up Usyk. Fury hasn't been able to put together a good work rate these last rounds. Fury making Usyk fall short with the combination, tries to hold him and sweep the right uppercut, shoots a left hook to the head and a left hook to the body, trying to follow Usyk out the back door, but Usyk defensively responsible, lands a sharp jab, but eats a right hand to the body. Minute 40 left in this fight. DAZN has Usyk up 105, 104. I think they're being generous to Fury. Straight left hand. Fury rolls with it, but Usyk getting in close and shooting that up top. Fury with a 1-2 back in the center of the ring. Backs Usyk up with that 1-2. Fury trying to come downhill now. Shoots that jab. Straight right hand for Fury gets blocked. In the center of the ring. Sweeping right hand. Misses the mark for Fury. 2 body shots though for Fury. Back comes Usyk with a jab to the body. Usyk with a 1-2 to back Fury up. Good straight left hand by Usyk, and he doubles it up twice. Almost throws the straight left hand like a jab. Jab lands for Fury, but he eats 3 or 4 body shots in return. Comes back with his uppercut, but Usyk a little quicker up top with the defense. Usyk getting the better of that exchange. Usyk just a little sharper tonight, a little bit more energy, a little more consistent, a little more accurate. Jab lands for Usyk. Quick little combinations here and there. Fury trying to hook off the jab, back Usyk onto the rope, shoots a right uppercut. Usyk defensively responsible. Fury working in the clinch. 25 seconds left. Not a dominant round for either fighter. Usyk landing a little bit more of the head-popping shots with the straight left hand. They clinch, 15 seconds left. Fury making it rough on the inside. Both guys giving as good as they get in that clinch. Usyk is tired. Fury is tired. And... 1-2 at the bell by Usyk. A counter as he makes Fury reach and miss and comes back with a 1-2. Fury picks his hands up and Usyk goes to his knees and thanks God. And now Fury kisses him on the top of the head. Good fight. I thought Usyk definitely won. 116, 112, or 115, 113. A lot of close competitive rounds that I thought he was just a little more consistent, a little more accurate, controlled the real estate a little bit more, backed Fury up more than Fury was able to back him up, knocked his head up with clean, accurate left hands more than Fury was able to knock his head up with clean, accurate right hands. I don't know if Usyk will get the decision because it was a lot of nip and tuck stuff in this fight, but to my eyes, Usyk won this fight. A competitive fight, but a fight that he was the better man in. Not by a whole lot, but he was the better man. So we'll see. It was a lot of close rounds. It is close enough that if they want to give it to Fury, they could give it to Fury. I didn't think he won that fight. And, I don't like sympathy rounds, comparison rounds. It's close, give it to the A-side rounds. And that's really how Fury wins this fight. I don't think he legitimately won this fight, but we'll see. GDDD said, I don't feel like either dominated. No, neither one dominated, but you shouldn't have to dominate to win a fight. If you won by an inch, you won by an inch. If you won by a mile, you won by a mile. But to my eyes, one guy did win this fight, and it was Usyk. So let's see. On the replay, again, that was an Usyk round. He landed a couple of short, straight left hands that knocked Fury's head up. And Fury, as the fight went on at times, was trying to con his way through the fight. He wasn't really trying to fight 3 minutes of every round. And he'd get in the occasional right hand through the center, right uppercut, sweep the right hand, got some nice body work done. But, the consistent, clean work was done more by Usyk. But, Fury got off some good work too. This was a very close fight, very close fight. So let's just see what we got. Bam! Yeah, it was very close fight. Very close fight. We'll see, man. Thank you, Teacher Lynn. Says, Sean, great job as usual. We wound up getting up to like what, five? We got almost 600 people in the chat. What's good, chat? What's good? What's good? All right, man. So again, my card, I had it, 8-4, 7-5, Usyk. A lot of close rounds. Anthony Joshua scores it 115, 114 for Oleksandr Usyk. I thought he was being a little generous with Fury. But DAZN, even though they probably want Fury to win this fight, did score it by 1 point for Oleksandr Usyk. So let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Probably a split decision. I don't know, man. They might get this shit to Fury. All three, unanimous. 116, 112, all three judges. The winner by unanimous. And still, what I tell you, chat, some of you in the chat thought, oh, he's being biased against Fury. I scored this the exact same way all three judges did. 116, 112, Oleksandr Usyk. It was not a great fight, but it was the definition of a chess match. We really love high-speed chess matches, and high-speed chess, there was little glimpses of it, but not consistently. I called this fight perfectly, as I always do, and I told you it was 116, 112. All three judges, 116, 112. Props to Saudi, Turkey, and them. Look, you'll never catch me in Saudi, but they pulled no funny shit. Those scorecards were perfect and accurate, and I overshadowed my call of the fight, saying they might be giving it to Fury, they might be giving it to Fury. No. They called it right down the middle. Better, I give him credit. I give credit where credit's due. Credit to Fury. He was better defensively. He didn't do any of the things I thought he was going to do for the most part. I thought he was going to fight downhill. Usyk wouldn't let him fight downhill. Every time Fury really thinks of smothering him, Usyk's adjustment was, let me take something off these punches, because when Usyk has Fury backing up, that's when he tries to load up and shoot the left hand over the top off the level changes. But an adjustment he made is when Fury tried to come inside, he said, let me take something off these shots and touch that belly. Touch that belly, so then it makes Fury go, shit, all right, let me back out of here. And so Usyk is a great fighter. I think he got Fury on the downside a little bit, but he just, again, beat a man 50 pounds heavier than him and nearly a half foot taller than him. Usyk retains his status, whether it's your favorite, he's your favorite fighter or not. He's the best pound for pound, because if beating someone a half foot taller and 50 pounds heavier than you doesn't mean pound for pound, I don't know what the fuck does. So, yeah, if Terrence Crawford was the same size and was 6'3 and a half and 225 pounds, I'd probably favor Crawford to beat him. But, that's a little bit, that's going too far with the hypothetical stuff. Usyk, in reality, has beaten big man after big man. He's the pound for pound champ. He's the heavyweight champ. He's accomplished more in 23 professional fights than probably anyone in the history of the sport. And he ain't particularly my favorite cup of tea, stylistically and stuff, although I've really grown to appreciate it. But Usyk wins. And if he hadn't have fought Daniel Dubois, you'd go, well, next up is Dubois. Already beat Dubois. Doesn't have to fight Dubois again. Doesn't have to. So I don't know how much Usyk has left. He was Usyk tonight. He showed no signs of slowing down, but the emotional high of becoming undisputed and then beating the big man again, despite the big man making adjustments and fighting a better fight, but you came through and you pulled through again. What else is there left to fight for Oleksandr Usyk? But, yep. Hey, Timmy, thank you, brother. Tim was probably like, is this motherfucker leading me wrong? Because he's calling a lot of Usyk. But then at the end of the day, Timmy, All three judges had the same scorecard I did, 116, 112. The AI judge had it 118, 112. So, let's see. No, not the most exciting fight. A chess match. A chess match. High-speed chess didn't really come out. The war never really started, but, solid action, good chess match. I think Fury did show gumption. He was tired. His best days are behind him. But he found a way to hold up in there. Feint for feint, punch for punch. Usyk was a step ahead. But I think at Fury's weight and what he's put his body through, he should be proud of the performance he had. And obviously Usyk should be proud of what he's accomplished. Not a great heavyweight fight. In my eyes, Fury is an all-time great despite losing to a blown-up cruiserweight twice. But, they're both great fighters. It wasn't a great fight, but it was a tense, high-stakes chess match. And this fight came down to Usyk's a fresher guy. He's just fresher. Hasn't had to put on all that weight. Hasn't been in a million wars. And, so Usyk gets the nod. And again, I'll say this, though. In my opinion, in Fury's peak, his true prime, he would have beaten Oleksandr Usyk. But it is what it is. It was good stuff by the Saudis. Yeah, no need to worry about a robbery with Saudi, I guess. No, although a lot of people thought Beterbiev, should have got the win over, Bivol, or excuse me, the other way around. Bivol should have got the win over Beterbiev, but upon rewatching that fight, it was Daniel Dubois grabbed the mic. He's telling Usyk he wants his revenge. Usyk looks tired, like, bro, robbery? What? Huh? Daniel Dubois getting his Clubber Lang on. Doing what he's supposed to do. Usyk's like, bruh, I'm tired. Maybe. He said, maybe I'll fight Daniel Dubois. Damn, Usyk's a G, bro. He could have easily have been like, who the fuck is that guy? And I already beat him. What robbery? Stop crying. I already beat you. I'm tired. I'm ready to enjoy Christmas with the family. No, Usyk grabbed the mic and said, maybe Daniel Dubois next. He's a G. Usyk is a real one. Usyk is a real one. So stop it. Beterbiev won. I mean, I picked him to win. I'm happy he won. It made me look smart. But live, I thought Bivol won. Upon rewatches, I had no problem with Beterbiev winning. So it's very close. That's why they're going to do it again. Will AP keep his job though? DJ Macarena, they kind of. We'll see. I like Antonio. It's been a joy to cover Antonio Pierce and the Raiders, no matter whether he keeps the job or not. I'm fond of Antonio Pierce. I like that he's a down-home guy from Compton, California. I like that he's down to earth. I expected more from him in the Raiders this year, but they've been hit with a hell of a lot of injuries. And I think at a certain point fairly on in their season, when they knew they weren't a contender, they knew organizationally it was better off to tank and get Shador. Not saying that's what they're doing, but that would be the wise thing to do once you get to 2-4, 2-5, and what's the point? We're not really going anywhere this year. We need a quarterback. So, I don't think AP had the best hand dealt to him this season, but whether he keeps the job or not, shout out to my man Antonio Pierce. I've enjoyed covering him. So I kind of would like to see him get one more year. With a healthy Raiders team and all this cap room that the Raiders have, and then potentially Shador at quarterback. I'd like that. But anyways, I know you guys don't want too much football talk, but it has been awesome to cover the Raiders. It's been a dream come true to cover the NFL. With so many fights being lost to overseas, the NFL came into my life at a perfect time to keep me busy, keep me productive. Because if I was still just hanging on the American fight schedule, I'd be pretty not busy. So yeah, good fight. So we'll see. Parker. Ooh, yeah, Joe Parker. Joe Parker. We're my hardcore big SZ fans, all three of you, who remember before Usyk got to the titles against Joshua and Fury, the guy I thought could give him problems was Joseph Parker. Joe, and you could go back on my old interviews on Fight Hype interviewing Joe when Usyk came to the division around the time he fought Witherspoon and Chisora, and I'd kind of push that fight on Joe Parker because I think Joe Parker can beat Usyk. I'm not saying he will, but I think he can. I think Joe Parker has the right kind of style and attributes to fight Usyk and maybe beat him because Parker is a middle-sized heavyweight. He's not a big guy like Fury and Joshua. He's bigger than Usyk, but not too big to where Usyk has that advantage in size being smaller with quickness and feet. Parker has very good feet, and when he's on, very good hand speed. And really what Parker doesn't like is pressure. It's not so much boxers that give him issues, it's pressure. Whoever mentioned Joe Parker in the chat, I love that fight, and Joe Parker might beat Usyk. Usyk might be ripe for the taking for Joe Parker. When I get on Sean's show, I'm going to mention that matchup. I think Joe Parker has to jump at that, and he's earned it. He's beaten Big Bang Zhang and Deontay Wilder. I think Parker stands a hell of a chance of upsetting Usyk. No doubt about it. Who's my favorite British boxer all time? It's Lennox. But right now, who's my favorite British boxer right now? I don't know. Not too many come to mind, my friend. I don't know. Not too many come to mind. I like Fury. I don't know. Where do I have Usyk all time? It's a good question. I think Holyfield would have beaten him. So I know that's like a big comparison. They were both the undisputed cruiserweight champion, Olympians who became heavyweight champion. I think Holyfield would have beaten Usyk. Early 1990s, mid 1990s, early 1990s. Holyfield, the guy who lost to Riddick Bowe in the first fight and beat Riddick Bowe in the second fight. I think Holyfield beats him. I think Ali beats him. I think Larry Holmes beats him. But I think he's a tough fight for all these guys. Probably would have beaten Joe Frazier. Give him the edge over Iron Mike Tyson. I know that may be blasphemy to some of your ears. Tyson, if you get him past 4 or 5, I don't know. It's a fight that physically Mike Tyson should win, but you can't. His mental can't fuck with Usyk's mental. So I don't know. I just think Usyk's an all-time great. And I think when I think of him more as a pound-for-pound all-time great than, one of the top 5 heavyweights ever. I think Lennox would have been too much for him. I think him and Vlad Klitschko would have been a good fight. I think Vitaly Klitschko would have beaten him. But he's an all-time great, man. He's an all-time great. Can't really say enough about him. But that's my take. Matt Borgerson with the super chat, thank you, brother, said the scorecards did not give Fury credit. He absolutely performed better than that. Matt, I think they nailed it. 116, 112 was perfect. I think they nailed it. I gave Fury 3 and 5 and 10 and maybe another round in there too. And then, round 1 was close. I think the best you could cobble together for Fury is 5. 6 rounds even is like, okay. I think you could cobble together 5 rounds. I don't think he won the fight, Matt. And I don't think any way you slice it, Usyk was a step ahead. He was able to fight downhill more often. He was able to target the body more accurately. He's the one who landed the head snappers with the straight left hands more consistently. He threw more. He closed a little stronger in some of those close rounds. I think the judges did a good job. I think they didn't get caught up in we got to have a trilogy. Oh, look, Fury's the underdog this time, and he's neck and neck. And I think they scored a beautiful fight. I really do. Thank you, though, Matt, for the super chat. And perfect ref, too. You're right, Casson. You're right. The referee was very fair. So this was a fair fight. These two got in there and fought a fair fight. Fury is a little dejected. I mean, Fury's got a nick under his right eye. Usyk's got a nick under his left eye. It was very nip and tuck, but the better man won tonight. Alexander, my opinion on Billy Joe Saunders. Like, he's a douche, but he's pretty funny, and that redeems some of the douchiness. Like he's not a nice guy. Like he's not exactly like strikes you as the best person in the world, but he's clever and witty and funny, and was a good middleweight, a good boxer, crafty guy, good boxer. Not great, but good for sure. Had a great performance against David Lemieux. And again, I do think he's funny. I do think he's a funny dude. Matt Borgeson said, I'm upset Usyk won because I think he's bad for the sport in terms of that charismatic energy that Fury brought. He will never appeal to the masses. Fair enough. I agree. Fury moves the needle in a way Usyk never will. And, man, I touched on all of this earlier. You were there, Matt, when I did. But, at the end of Rocky IV, Rocky, by beating the Soviet Russian, if I can change, you can change, everyone can change, he taught the Russians something, right? And Oleksandr Usyk reinforces certain values that he's all about, to me, the importance of those values, which is seriousness, discipline, and focus, is what he stands for. And I'm with you. His demeanor isn't always the most inviting. I won't say it's off-putting, but it's not exactly inviting or relatable. But you have to, you don't have to, but in my eye, you have to grow to respect what he's all about and understand what he's all about and understand why it's made him as successful as he is. So that my takeaway from studying Oleksandr Usyk, the man and the fighter, is you have to be serious, and this is common sense, but he reinforces those values of seriousness and discipline and focus. So, single track minded it, tunnel vision, and so good for him. Usyk appeals to a ton of global masses in terms of impact. Fury don't do shit but act silly and dance, says Raymond Malone. I disagree. I still think Fury is the more extroverted, colorful personality who can say anything at any given time, sound obtuse and delusional and full of it, and then in the next breath sound profound and deep. And I think Fury is a more approachable global star. He's the guy who's more larger than life. The biggest athletes at some point feel in some way larger than life, and Usyk has a little bit of his own aura in that regard too. Like this man's not human. He's a stone cold, cold-blooded, nerves made of steel killer guy, and that has its appeal too. But I don't think Usyk has the Manny Pacquiao formula where he lets his fist do the talking and that's enough, because he's so exciting. He's a knockout artist who usually wins his biggest fights in spectacular fashion. Usyk, his biggest wins are by decision. And he doesn't have that warmth that Pacquiao had. Pacquiao wasn't super extroverted either, but when he smiled and lifted his eyebrows up, there's a warmth there. Usyk is very cold and steel, like the East, like where he hails from. And I think people, especially hardcore boxing fans, have grown to respect it and love it. But I don't think he'll ever, to Matt's point, appeal to the masses in that regard. I think sports fans that have a rough clue of what's going on in boxing know of him and respect him. But, he's not that magnetic personality, and that's fine, because if all that mattered was a, quote, magnetic personality, then Jake Paul would be would mean more to boxing than Oleksandr Usyk, but he doesn't, despite all the magnetic qualities he has. So, anyways, so there you go. Matt sends me another super chat. Thank you, brother. It says, like any sport, we are going to have fighters who you will like and not like. Usyk is great, but I'm not a fan of him. It's like how I don't like the Mets. No, I totally get it. I even acknowledge he's not like my cup of tea. Like I like me some David Benavidez, stylistically, personality wise. Like yeah, that's tickles the fancy a little bit more than Usyk style, than how he is. But not enough for me to be delusional and say David's better pound for pound than Usyk, more accomplished pound for pound than Usyk, has fought better competition than Usyk. But I'm with you. You can acknowledge someone's greatness and then not particularly be in love with it. Be captivated by it the way you would by somebody else. So I totally get it. Um, so yeah. Maria C. Shout out, Maria. You've been in the chat all night. Thank you so much. Chance, you started off the chat. Shout out to Chance. Boston's Indian God. Paulie Walnuts over here. Timmy Turner. Europeans love Usyk. You're speaking from a Yank perspective, Sean. Timmy, that's all I could do. I'm a Yankee. You see the fucking Yankees poster in the back. What else am I going to talk with? No, but yeah, I get your point. So... Hey, RoboCop style, man. David got some upper body movement. My man, you're sleeping on the... You're going to see against Varel the subtle skills that show up in the Benavidez fight. Right now, Usyk and Vladimir Klitschko hugging in center ring. Good stuff. So, all right, chat. Anything else we want to touch on before we call it a wrap here from the illustrious... elaborate high-tech studios in Las Vegas? Anything else we got to touch on? I got to go see Sonic 3 tonight with the family. So let me know. Raymond Malone said, exactly. If magnetism was the most important thing that people like, then Thurman or Shushu and many more would be automatic GOATs. Right. It's not always about that. Let's get that wise guy speak going, Sean. Just Paulie Walnuts Valenti. You know who would have beat both of them in the same night, Paulie? Rocky Marciano. Easy. Forget about it. He hit him to the body like this. Make Usyk double over. Oh, Maron, my God, what's going on here? I've never been hit like this. This fucking guy, he's made a fucking rock over here. And then Tyson Fury, forget about it. Timber. We chop him down, baby. Brockton Blockbuster, the best ever. The only undefeated heavyweight. Forget about it. There you go. But did I hear Paro versus Montana Love? Or Kambosos, because Paro already knocked out Montana Love. Yes, Kambosos versus Montana Love, and the crowd went mild. But the fight make actually though I should shut up. The fight makes sense. Kambosos coming off a loss to Loma. Love doesn't have momentum right now. It's a crossroads fight. The winner, gets to stay in that top 10 and gets a little bit of momentum going back. So, it's a sensible fight for both guys at this point in their career. I happen to really like George Kambosos. He's a stand-up man. I'm happy for what he's been able to accomplish when he upset Lopez. He's a good dude. So, but I don't think anyone's crazy about that fight. But that's not a crazy fight. That's a fight where both guys are lacking any momentum and they need a win against a solid guy to get something going again in their career. So it's a sensible fight. But so let's see. Is Montana even still fighting? He is. He's fighting George Kambosos, apparently. Sean, Thrill of the Fight 2 is like Undisputed, but it relies on your real-life boxing skills. I think I played the first one on VR. I think I did. I wonder what's up with Teofimo Lopez. Needs to fight more. I just think he wants to make a lot of money, and he's trying to find out as he's with Top Rank. By the way, Top Rank, it sucks that their ESPN deal's going out, and it sucks that the only United States pay-per-view fight I could think of that they put on in the last 3 years was when Devin fought Lomachenko, when Haney fought Lomachenko. So I like that Top Rank does a lot of the traditional, sensible stuff, like sign Olympians out of the Olympics, build guys up in the right way. There's still a lot of things Top Rank does that I really respect, but they weren't able to move the needle enough to keep their ESPN deal, it seems. And PBC, got criticized for losing their networks, Showtime included at the end. So it's only right to criticize Top Rank as well for not being able to hold on with the worldwide leader with ESPN. And it's just not good for boxing that, we went from Showtime and ESPN and Fox broadcasting championship fights a couple years ago to now potentially none of them doing it going forward. So, yeah, it's not good. Let's see. Matt Borges says we might have to reevaluate Fury's chin when he's over 270. It held up nice that fight. It did hold up. And that's a good point. That's where that extra weight did pay dividends, was his ability to take shots. And he also just rolled a lot of shots. He's a smart fighter who picked up on they're both incredibly smart, and that's why this was such a nip and tuck fight without a hell of a lot of clean, effective shots landed on the button of each guy. They both have adjusted to the trajectory of the other guy's punches. Usyk figured out the shots that Fury wants to get him, for the most part, aren't down the pipe. It's a touch jab and a sweeping shot, either uppercut style or throwing it more like a hook with the backhand. So Usyk adjusted his little head movements to that, or his glove positioning. And then Fury a lot of times knew Usyk with the level changes, the jab to the body and coming up top with the left hand. He sensed that coming a lot more this time and either stepped out of range to where he could roll the shot, or he got this. If he couldn't get the high guard up in time, he got just his one glove up to catch and roll. And both guys made good adjustments and showed they're both really, really high IQ fighters. And that's why you were forced to settle for a chess match instead of a classic fight. So yeah. But yeah, to your point though, Matt. And Matt, thank you so much, man. Merry Christmas. His chin held up better. Indian God, read my comment, Sean. Let me see. He said, people like Adrian Broner because he talks a lot but doesn't throw his hands, but don't like Usyk because he's quiet but beats everybody up. Make that make sense. Well, I don't think that's the case for everybody. I think, some people like Broner because of that and aren't that interested in Usyk because he lacks that. But I think, certainly in 2024, a majority of boxing fans, almost all of them, have to prefer Usyk to Broner, But I get your point. Broner pegged as the next Floyd, and Usyk has to battle with, he's really good, but does he move the needle? Do we care? And that's fair, but no, I think you talk to 10 boxing fans, 7 to 9 of them are going to prefer Usyk over Broner, Let's see. Click on messages so they pop up in the screen. Is that all I've had to do this whole time? I don't think that. I still don't know how to make messages pop up on the screen, which is something I should have worked on like a really long time ago. I apologize, but yeah. Indian God, that's all I'm saying, Sean. Yeah, I feel you. So Raymond Malone 2 asks, better be a Bivol 2 undercard picks. All right, I got Shakur, but it's a good fight. Not a good. I can't say that. Kid Austin is stepping up so many levels of competitions. He has to prove that it's anything approaching a good fight. It could be a blowout. I favor Shakur, but I'm intrigued by Kid Austin's youth and athleticism. I'm intrigued by it, especially early. But I got Shakur. But I am intrigued by Kid Austin's youth and athleticism early. Virgil and Madrimov, I got Virgil. Who else is on that card? Virgil, Madrimov. I gotta check the card. Who else is on that? Let me see. Better be a Bivol 2 card. Let me see here. Dubois versus Parker. See, man, I think Parker could win that fight, but he's got to hold up guts-wise. Parker's a really nice guy, and he's tough, but at times he's too nice in that ring. And Dubois has been fighting like a heavyweight should fight lately, spiteful and mean. Once he gets in that ring, gentlemen outside of it, mean in that ring. He's meaner than Parker. He punches harder than Parker, but Parker is the better boxer than him. So I think Dubois, being the champion, deserves to be a slight favorite. I think that's a fight Parker can definitely win. And if he wins that fight, I give him a great chance to beat Usyk. But you got to make Dubois the slight favorite. Little meaner, hits a little harder. Even though Parker has beaten Wilder and Zhang as of late, Joe Joyce stopped him. Dillian White dropped him. And Dubois is got a lot of momentum right now. 50-50 type fight. Adames and Shiraz. Ooh, that's a good one. Shiraz. I'll favor Shiraz because let's not forget Adames, how the long range offense of Patrick Teixeira upset him at 154. Shiraz is punching a lot harder with a lot more combinations. I don't know if he is good turning guys in the center of the ring as Teixeira was. And I do think if Adames can cut the distance and make it more of an inside fight, he could knock Shiraz out. But I'll favor Shiraz. I think Shiraz. So I got Shakur. I got Dubois Parker is 50-50. I think I got to give an edge to Bivol over Beterbiev. I got Shiraz over Adames. I got Ortiz over Madrimov. And then Buatsi and Smith, I got to break down tape. I probably got Buatsi. Kyle Smith's not as fresh in his career as Buatsi, but I got to watch tape. And then Big Bang Zhang Kabiel, I got Zhang. I think Kabiel is relentless in everything, but he's right in front of you. And he's an accumulation puncher. I think Zhang is the Big Bang. I think he's the guy who's got the one punch power. And Kabiel kind of throws arm punches that just wear you down. He's an accumulation artist. So Zhang, although Kabiel has the youth, Zhang is old. But kind of a fresh old, but, I got Zhang. By Zhang, Buatsi, Ortiz, Shiraz, Stevenson, Dubois Parker. Damn, that's close. I'm not calling that one yet. And then a slight edge to Bivol. That's my call on those. Let's see. But all right, chat. I'm gonna get up out of here. You guys are awesome. I'm looking forward to watching Sonic 3 with my family. So God bless all of you. Matt, you the MVP, man, for all those super chats. My man Tim Bradley. Everybody else that just came by to hang out. You guys are the best. Keep it locked in. Be on the lookout for that Benavidez interview dropping over the next few days, chopped up into a couple of parts. And I'm sure I'll go live one more time to recap the whole year. I hope you guys join. And, God bless all of you and your families, and happy holidays and Merry Christmas. Peace.